So, good evening, everybody, and we've got Simon with us as well. So, slightly late, he's got his bar run bug out on, slightly later than advertised, or slightly earlier than advertised, actually. We should have been on at 8. We're actually on a little bit early. I don't know if it's your phone or mine, Simon. The reason being, if we had Paul and Simon in earlier, obviously Paul's come in to buy the CBF 1000, and Simon gave him a little bit of advice, obviously, to what bike he would buy. He did take a little bit of interest in the VFR 750 or VFR 800. And obviously Simon said to him, yeah, best one for you, CBF 1000. So Paul has purchased the white CBF 1000. The reason we are slightly late tonight than advertised and slightly a little bit earlier than my 8:30, as I said I would, we had the clutch in earlier. Now, obviously, Paul and Simon were down. We had the Peugeot 3008 in. Put all the gearbox in, could not get that clutch plate to work, and hooked the gearbox back out. Spoke to our normal people that we speak to, which happens to be Motor Serve in Milton Keynes. Yes, you've got an LUK clutch. What DMF flywheel have you got, which is a dual mass flywheel on a diesel? It's a Valio. No, the LUK clutch will not fit a DMF that is a Valio, so we've had to order a Valio clutch in. We finished that around about 6:30 tonight, and then obviously I said, well, while you're there, let's get all the bikes in. Let's get Paul's up on the ramp for the morning, because obviously there's two issues with the bike. Side stand switch will not kick down in neutral, so we've got to sort of side stand switch out. We're going to look at doing the swing arm on it. So yeah, we're going to clean all that up. We've done everything else that we should do on it. I've put the StreamYard link up if you want to jump in on the StreamYard, guys. As I say, over on the side chat is the StreamYard link. We've got loads and loads of people that are going to be coming up tonight. So we've got 6 on at the moment. Everybody's watching. Good evening to Paul. Evening to Crumbly Mal. There are a lot of people that have said, oh, we're going to jump on the live stream tonight. I am currently in the process of sorting out with Dropbox a link where you guys can put up your Christmas happy wishes to everybody. We're going to be doing a Moto Vloggers of 2021 Happy Christmas. So I'm going to be sorting that over about the next couple of days. The link should go up on Monday, and I'm going to be editing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to do the live stream on Christmas Eve. Now, Christmas Eve is going to be the Friday night. And obviously, everybody knows RB always live streams on a Christmas Eve. So we are going to be doing a very, very short one Christmas Eve, because I do have guests and visitors coming over for Christmas Eve to the house. But it will be yeah, I know. Yeah. They have said to us, oh, I've got my next door neighbours coming round. We're going to be having Chinese on Christmas Eve. And the neighbours are watching this. So hello, neighbours. Hello, Ben. Hello, Zoe. Hello, Leo. And Annalise, my neighbours that watch me currently on my live stream on a Friday night. But they're going to be coming around Christmas Eve. So I am going to be doing a Christmas Eve live stream. It's going to be probably slightly earlier, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. But I'm going to try and get at least an hour in with everybody on Christmas Eve, just to wish everybody a happy Christmas. Lo and behold, there the phone goes. But we're going to be dropping up a Dropbox link. I'm going to try and see if I can sort everything out for Sunday. If you can drop all your Christmas wishes to me on a Dropbox link, just record yourself with your name. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from in the country, what bike you ride. Wishing all the subscribers of 2021 a happy Christmas. Now, Simon has already done his, so if you go and check out Simon GTR 1400 on his latest video, he's wishing everybody a happy Christmas. But we're going to be doing Moto Vloggers of 2021. Big, just loads of videos, and that will be all the bikers that you can follow for 2022. So that'll be all in. Just quick hi to Boo Rider 61. Boom, hi in the room. The link is up, my friend. If you want to come and jump in on the live stream, very, very welcome to come and join us. As I said, it's been a very, very busy week. Hi, Paul. Paul is in the room, the mad old biker. Now, obviously, talking of Paul's bike, that bloody bike, I've managed to get it in tonight, Paul. So we're going to start on that. Me and Phil have actually been booked in. So 2 senior techs on that. We're going to get your bike up, all singing, all dancing. I have found you a little clip to go on, a self-adhesive clip, so you can put your Insta 360 on. So I found you a clip for that. Side stand switch to be done, swing arm to be done, and then obviously give us a call in January, when you're coming over to collect the bike, I will make sure it's all singing, all dancing, and all ready to go for you. But yeah, extra special attention because obviously you're one of my followers. So Phil said, "Who did you sell the bike to?" And I went, "Paul." Oh, well, how do you know Paul? He is one of my regular subscribers. He comes over, so we're gonna get that all get it all sorted, get the mounts on it for you, and I'll see if I can find a mount for the sat nav. I'm sure I have got something in my bag of what I call Steptoe's Yard gizmos. I collect mounts and crap and everything, so I am sure in one of my boxes somewhere I have got a TomTom mount that will actually fit that bike. Because obviously mine, I bought the TomTom mount, but when they sent me the TomTom, there is loads of add-ons for it. So if I've got a handlebar mount for that TomTom, I'm sure I'll find you something. All you've got to do is actually buy the wired-in connector for it. So if you get the connector, I'm sure I've got everything else. What I am going to do is bring in this guy. I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, but I've been following him. It's my good old friend from Scotland. It's Zed Ed. How you doing, Stu?
Hey, Zed. Good evening. Good evening. How's things?
Yeah, it's all good. So if you haven't seen in the side chat, obviously Paul and Simon came down to the garage today. He did have a look at the VFR 800, the red one. I said to him, "You've got to look at that because Lockwood has got a VFR." And as you know, I'm not idolise, but I follow Lockwood ride videos to the maximum. He's just bummed out on us. Oh, he's just disappeared off. I don't know what's going on with your audio there, Stu.
Is that my audio?
Yeah, it's your. It's all sorted now. So I'm going to bring in Paul. There we go. Paul's down the bottom. Evening, Paul.
Evening.
So sporting his t-shirt. Look at that.
He's sporting his t-shirt. He's got his new logo. Mad old biker. Absolutely brilliant. Zed's got his t-shirt on. I'm still in the Eclipse shirt because I've literally just walked in from work. But what we are going to do, we're going to film a test ride of Paul's bike. So once I've done the swing arm on it, we're going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to show you the swing arm prior to being done. It's rusty for a bike of sort of 10 years old. You know, it's got a little bit of surface rust. I am not happy with that. You know how finicky and fussy I am. I did show Paul earlier. I said, look, it's got a bit of rust there. I did say to Phil, I'm going to sandblast it. He went, you can't sandblast it because all the sand's going to go into the chain. It's going to go all around the bike. So we're going to get it out. We're going to get in with a Dremel and we're going to just basically scrub everything off, repaint it, give it a nice sort of soft hammerite coating on it, get that all done for you.
Thanks.
But then I'm going to say I've got some drift mounts, so I'm going to see if I can find you some mounts to put your TomTom on and your camera on. Go a little bit OTT with you because obviously you're a subby. So we're going to sort that side stand switch out.
What's up, Hells? Sorry.
Yeah, so Hells is in the room. So good evening, Hells. Good to see you here. He's just saying hi to everybody. So if you want to jump in, I'll drop the link up again because everybody keeps missing the link on that. So it's all up there. I've got to say, we watched Hell's video the other day. It was really another fantastic video. He's banging these videos out. It's like, and he did comment on you, Simon, say, "Oh, it's early in the morning, you're off to bed." But yeah, he did comment on that. But if you haven't seen Hell's latest video, go and check it out because it is a really, really good video. As I say, Lockwood's last ride. Go and watch that 5 minutes of Lockwood just riding that VFR, and obviously Paul sat on the VFR. That VFR that we've got, and that's been in for about 3 months. That bike, I never ever noticed the 2 stickers on the front of it. That's been owned by an IAM rider, so you know it's been absolutely loved and cherished. But obviously Simon turned up on the yard this afternoon and said, of all the bikes that he'd like, go for the CBF. It's a better bike. It's a 4-in-line, you know, VFR. Yeah. So Paul's gone and bought the CBF off of us. Evening, MT is in the room. Good evening. Good to see you, MT. If you want to jump in on the side chat or jump in on the StreamYard, mate. I've literally just walked in the door, so I've not even had a chance to eat yet. We popped down the pub for a quick one, and I said to the missus, I went, I hope I've got food at home, and you've left me a beer or something so I can do my life. She went, oh yeah, you've got a 6-pack of cheap French beer. So she's given me. I've got a tiny little 6-pack of French pack beer. What's in the fridge for me to eat? You've got 2 pork pies. Oh, great. if you want anything else, you'll have to have toast and Marmite or something. Oh, thanks, love. Yeah, you can tell the wife looks after me very, very well. Yeah, so
if
thanks,
I'd known
Mrs.
that, I would have plated you up some of my chili con carne I cooked tonight.
Oh, gee. What she has been doing, she's been going through, because I did say the quirkiest comment. I'll go and get them in a minute and show you guys what is up for freebies. I'm just going to give these away this year. There is no fee, no subscription, blah blah blah. If you want it, it's just a bit of a giveaway. I got sent a couple of ex demo cameras. They're not brand new ones. They're ex demo cameras from Drift. And they said just obviously these are ex demos. They've been used by other people for the purposes of demo testing and reviews. But you're quite welcome to obviously reviewing myself. And I went, do you know what? I'm not a lot. Obviously, Simon's got the latest Drift Ghost. He's got the same ones that I've got. I'm quite happy with my old 4 buttons on the top Drift Ghost. That does me. It's been down twice. It's never failed on me apart from dropping audio every now and then. But if you know, I'm gonna throw one of those away. So it's got extra batteries on. It's got the extra large battery on the side. It comes with a standard battery. I'm going to put that in my little Christmas package. And Mrs. B has been going through all my comments that I've got, and she went, "Oh, there's 2 on here that I really really like." And I went, "Oh, which one?" She went, "There's one from Andy GSA Tractor." I went, "He's a friend of Simon's, yeah." And she said, "The other one I like is from a guy called." And he follows me all the time, and I can't think of his name, but he comments on every one of my videos. She went, "I like his, but I prefer Andy GSA Tractors." And I went, "At the end of the day, I am not going to judge who it is. You need to go in because she doesn't know one biker from another. So if you do want to drop a quirky comment on any of my videos, it will get picked up by her. She'll go in and judge it. But at the moment, number 1 on the list is Andy GSA Tractor. So he's in for that camera at the moment. But if you want to drop a quirky comment, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're an avid follower or if you're a new follower, she is going to judge it just on that quirky comment because she doesn't know one moto vlogger from another." I say to her, "Oh, I've been chatting with Zed," and she went, "Who's that?" And I went, "Oh, I've been chatting with Lockwood." "Who's that?" She doesn't know one biker from another. So if you want to go, Crumbly Mouse just asked me a question: which is best, GoPro or Drift? I'm an avid Drift follower.
Drift.
Opened up a can of worms there.
We've opened up a can of worms.
Yeah.
I would say, now obviously I went and bought, because I use my Drift all the time. I went and bought an Insta 360 for doing like the out from the side bike shots. Simon's got the new
361.
He's got the 361. I've got the old fashioned one. Now I went and bought. I went into our local, as I call it, Pikey World. You're not allowed to say Pikey on here, but I went to Pikey Land.
That's a strike.
Yeah, Pikey World. It's called B&M. And I spent £20 on 2 GoPro lookalike cameras. Yes. Are they good? If you want to go and see the review of one of those B&M cheapo crap cameras, go and check out Zedhead's vlog. And he did exactly the right thing. It lasted about 10 minutes and he took a sledgehammer to it. That is probably the best thing you can do with one of those cheap £10 cameras. The quality is not that. The audio is not that. You're better off hanging your phone out your pocket and trying to shoot using your mobile phone because the quality is crap. I prefer Drift. Yes, I'm looking at GoPro because obviously they're small, compact, but my Drift fits perfectly on the side of my helmet. Do I want a huge, great square thing hanging out the side of my helmet or on my chin? But the man that knows about GoPros is down here.
Don't forget the third option as well.
Oh, the Osmo, yeah. Oh, the Osmo action. Yeah.
That is a brilliant camera.
I am going to let this guy down here. Yeah, so I'm going to let, obviously, Zedhead tell you all about GoPros and Osmo Actions. The room is yours. Tell us about your cameras.
See, I've got the GoPro Hero 9, and I use that on my helmet, and it's an absolutely remarkable camera. If you can go over the battery life, you get about an hour with a battery. But I was talking to Lockwood, and Lockwood put me on to this, which is basically a battery charger, a 3-bank battery charger. So I've actually fitted a USB connection into the back of my bike, and these 3 batteries are charging while I'm riding. So when I ride for an hour, I can take a battery out, swap it over, put it in. The Osmo Action is a fantastic camera. I think actually the out the box picture quality is better than the GoPro. You have to fiddle about with the GoPro a wee bit to get the quality as good as the Osmo Action. And the Osmo Action was one of the first to have the image stability as well built in. And I've got that on, and Simon and Redbomb, you'll know yourself with the GTR. I've got my the camera mounted on my wing mirror, and you know how vibey they can get. And it's flat straight. It's like there's no movement on my footage at all. I don't have to do any post-production to sort out any vibration. It's amazing. So yeah, I don't discount the DJI Osmo Action. The only issue I would say with them is like you have to buy it's called a Psycho mic connector. It's not even made by DJI. They got one of their Chinese counterparts to manufacture a connector for it, and it took a year. I bought the camera and it was a year before the connector came out, but they've now got it out. So if you were to buy the Osmo Action, because they've got the new one out, you're going to get it cheaper, and you're going to get yourself an absolutely fantastic camera.
Brilliant.
The battery life again is about an hour and a half. So,
so just to obviously show you, Simon's probably got his mounted on his helmet, but this is. I'm just going to kill the green screen for the moment, so it's easier to see. So let me just get into my cam, virtual background, kick off the green screen for the moment. Obviously because of the helmet. So that's my basic. This is my old helmet at the moment. I've got a new LS2 in titanium coming. But that's my LS2 hybrid. The only reason I use it because it flips right over the back, and it's got the built-in intercom, which is all Sena compatible on it. So I do like my LS2s, but I've got that actually mounted on the side, and that's on a Velcro strip, which means that I can actually pull that away. But that's my drift. I like it. The reason being because it's small, compact, and it's on the side of the helmet, and it's the old Drift Ghost as well. So it's the what they call the Ghost X, very old version, but great. And obviously the reason being you can flip that camera 180 degrees, so it's got the movable screen on it. So that is my version. But obviously lots of people like different versions of different cameras, but I've never had an issue using Drift. Would I try a GoPro? Of course I'd try a GoPro. If it works for me, then it'll be brilliant. So quite happy with that one to use. But obviously different horses for courses. Simon, take over the room for a minute because I'm just going to go and get the freebies.
Right, mate, no worries. Well, talking about cameras, I've actually got the Drift Ghost XL, which was £130, and it's got an 8-hour battery life on it. It does 4K. It's very well, you've seen it on my videos. Yeah, it's very clear. I've mounted one on the bike and did some videoing on the bike as well. And again, I didn't get any vibration from it or anything else. So
yeah,
it was actually mounted on the bars. So on the outside of the bars. So it came out all right. So, I mean, 8-hour battery life comes with an adapter already, but it doesn't come with a microphone. But I picked up a microphone. I think it was £7 off Amazon for it. So
I actually just bought a Purple Panda microphone tonight on
all right,
Amazon. I get it tomorrow. So I just I got like a Ulanzi. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ulanzi. They do like camera cases. So
yeah.
Ulanzi do a specific sort of a vlogging setup. So you get the camera case, and it's got the adapter at the bottom of it that you can put your mic adapter for the GoPro, because obviously GoPro being GoPro, you have to carry about a big brick extension for your mic. Unlike Drift, you can just plug into a 3.5mm audio jack, which I think is a massive selling point for Drift. And also the Drift, the noise reduction is far better than the GoPro. I would say that straight off the bat.
So
yeah, I like it. I like it.
Quick one going in was obviously camera gear, guys. So I had this one sent to me from Insta. So that's the original Insta one, and they sent it out with 3 batteries. Now, obviously this is ex demo, and they said to me, just keep it. You know, it's ex demo. Just keep hold of it. The 3 batteries need charging regularly because they're just about KNACK'd. But obviously, once you charge them up, they last for about 40 minutes. But I've got 3 batteries in there. But then the guys from Drift actually said to me, we'll send you a couple of X demos that we've got. Try them on both sides of your bike. Now, obviously, that's the one that I use on my bike. So let me get rid of this damn green screen because it's blocking because I've got the black up at the moment. Everything's gone to pot at the moment. So that's the one that I use on my bike. So that is the standard Drift. Where are we? Put it the right way up. That's the same one as yours, Simon. It's got the little button on the back and the little screen and powers up great. That is the second one, and it came with a sticky Velcro attachment and all the clips. So that's the one we're going to be giving away. But then they said to me, "Oh, we've got a load of extra batteries." So they've sent shed loads of batteries and mountings and clips and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with all that? Because I've already got one. Well, give it away. If, once it's yours, and God knows how that got in there, but I've got a Kawasaki lanyard in my. I think that came from you, Simon. Simon turned up and went, "Oh," he said, "Have you got a lanyard to and your Kawasaki key on?" No, oh well, I've bought you one, so thank you very much, Simon. Much appreciated for that. But I've got loads of little bits and pieces everywhere, but. That's the one we're going to be giving away. It's got the bigger battery on it as well. So it's got the extra life battery, but it does come with the standard battery. So that is the one I'm going to be giving away. So one lucky winner is going to get that. Load of RB merch as well. And I have been sorting out the UK tour. I am looking at, it's going to probably be end of May to probably the beginning of July. So it gives you sort of a month to sort that out. What we're looking at doing is a Thursday night, Friday morning, starting off, and then we're going to go up around the top of Scotland, catch up with everybody, and probably be back for about the Wednesday. So it's going to be a 4.5-day tour. But then I had a message come in. It said, "Oh, if you're doing Scotland, are you going to come back down past Wales and then come down to Exeter as well?" I'm like, "Oh, we'll see how many miles we can cover in about 5 days." So it's
going to turn into a Land's End to John O'Groats at this rate.
It's going to be Scotland down to well, obviously Lexmo have said, "Are you going to come down and pop into the factory and have a look at some of our bikes?" I said, "Well, while I'm down there, we might as well do Exeter Rider, Western Supermoto, catch up with Western Moto, and then obviously pop across and probably end up doing sort of Hailing Island that way, catch up with Spicy, and then back to Milton Keynes." But that's going to probably be about, I'd say, we've worked it out, it's going to be around about 2,000 miles in about 5 days. So it's going to be a long old ride. Will the GTRs handle it? Hell yes.
Also, well.
Will the CBF?
Yeah, you're welcome to join us, Paul. So yeah, it's going to probably end up being quite a big one next year. But a lot of people have said to me, "Are you going to be doing it as a charity run?" And I went, "Well, there's,
that's an idea.
It might be worth doing something because obviously we'll have a chat with Stevie, military biker, and obviously Gavin and Gareth and Sarah and Lockwood and Zed." We might just say to people, all right, fair enough. I might just set up a GoFundMe and just raise all the money, and we'll just, out of all the bikers and that, let's just pick a charity and just donate, whether it's Great Ormond Street for the kiddies or PTSD for the military, or
there's 2 tough ones there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a few, but we'll just open it up to a public vote and just say, right, here's the money. Let's all go, and I'll just put a direct link straight to that charity's website, so nothing comes through me, nothing goes through the bikers. You can see all the money going to charity. The simple reason being, because people are saying, yeah, but isn't that like, when you do a live stream or you do a YouTube, we're gonna crack it in off the YouTube, and at the end of the day, if Simon can hit sort of monetization, Zed or Lockwood and all the boys hit monetization levels, it's a result all round. It's a win-win situation. we're not in it for the money. We're in it because we want to go and ride and meet other bikers. I'd love to meet up with Zed and Lockwood because we chat to them all the time. But
Yeah,
to actually
absolutely.
meet them in the flesh, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, I see you all. It's like when we did the bike show live. I've been chatting to username Kate for about 2-3 years. And when I actually met up with her, it's like, Jesus Christ, she's just normal. She's this huge, great riding star. The same as Fogarty. And when you actually meet them, they're just normal people.
Mm.
The same as Bruce, Teapot One, Lamb Chopsy, Richie Vida. They're huge down our way.
Yeah.
Teapot One has got a huge sort of brew time. He does all these podcasts and that. And when you actually meet up with Bruce, you're like this talking to him because he's about 6'6", but he's a really nice guy. And it was the first time I met him, and I said to him, you're just a normal guy, Bruce. And he went, do you know what? I just do it because I like my motorcycles. I do it purely for the reason that I like riding bikes, and that's what we all do.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, Bruce. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good fella, same as Fogarty. But we're all in it just for the love of motorcycling. We're not in it to make huge amounts of money like a certain Australian biker that bogs his Harley down in the sand.
Yeah.
That's because he can afford to do that.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm just gonna have a quick rack through all these side chats here. So MT's got his cam mounted on the top of my helmet. I see a lot of people that mount their cams on the top of their helmets, but obviously when you're covering the speed like Zed, me, and Simon do, you've got that wind resistance off the top of that cam that's knocking your head left, right, and centre, which is why we obviously tend to side mount if you're riding a big bike.
I've got mine on the chin mount. I keep my camera like hanging off the bottom because shows that the air hits the screen and doesn't go anywhere near the camera at all.
Quick tip from Code Grey: place it midway up your cheek pack. Too high or low, you get a lot of wind noise, which is exactly what you get if you've got a side-mounted camera. Quick one from MT. If you're passing anywhere near Nottingham, we're actually coming past there on the way up because we're probably going to be doing sort of Nottingham, Manchester, up through Leeds, up through the coast. But yeah, we shall announce the date and we shall announce sort of where we're going to be stopping off. We're going to probably cover about 400 or 500 miles per day. So it's going to be a case of it's going to be a quick sort of 20-minute meet up, move on to the next venue, 20-minute meet up, move on to the next venue. But we will try and sort something out. Quick thumbs up from Code Great. Believe it or not, there is bigger channels than me. I'm just the guy that sells bikes, advertises bike. And someone actually said to me, they came in the garage and said, why do you do sort of, if you look at the last sort of 3 months, he said, you've done over 30 Titan videos. Why do you keep doing the same bike every time? And you're saying the same stuff every time. And I went, it's not for the purposes of YouTube, mate. It's the purposes of that customer that is buying that bike. He wants to see it being ridden. I'm going to go to a quick bike. We had a customer come in. It was 2 days ago, and he's just bought a brand new Lexmo Aura from Manchester. Now he is what they call an Uber, so he goes and delivers pizza, McDonald's, and all that. He's currently using a backpack on his bike, and he said to me, he said, "Oh, I can't get a top box to fit it. You won't with an Aura. They don't come with a top box. You can't get a rack for it at the moment, but." Seat bag or seat box, straps under the seat, you can get your pizza in there. Came in as a non-runner. Okay, fine. What fuel have you put in it? Well, the cheap crap at the petrol station. Okay, so you've E10'd your bike. That's going to be a fuel drain. E5 fuel is recommended for the bike. E10 fuel is going to make it run like a bag of crap. What speed have you been going? What do you mean? Well, it's a brand new bike. How fast have you been going? Well, 60, 65. He's got, I think, 491 miles on the bike, and he's been doing an average speed of around about 55, 60 mile an hour on a brand new bike. Okay, well, if you haven't cooked your pistons, scored your barrel, done your pistons in, you're going to get away with it, luckily. So we changed the fuel out, still wouldn't run, got underneath the bike, checked all the electrics, and it is a known problem with the Auras. If you are ragging the crap out of them, and that is the only way to put it, ragging the crap out of it, it has a habit of spitting the spark plug lead off. with the vibration, and that's exactly what he'd done. Thrown the spark plug lead off, connected it all up. It was a little bit ropey when we first started it because obviously it got E10 in the lines, but the bike is now running. And he come in and went, "There's your bill, boom, pay that." Oh, it runs, yeah. You're 4.5 miles away from your first service. When do you want to get it in? Oh, I'll bring it in a couple of weeks. Well, that's going to invalidate your warranty because you're going to be 100 miles over. Do you want a service this week? Can't afford it. No, I'm just going to go out and earn some money. Okay, fine. You crack on, mate. Happy days for you, but it's going to be out of warranty. Make sure you put E5 in. Yeah, the poor bike. He's paid just short of $2.5 grand for the bike, and I said 45 mile an hour. Well, I can't do my deliveries in time. Okay, you crack on, mate. You crack on. So that type of rider, sorry, but I haven't got 5 minutes for you. Winter's been an issue when you've got an 186 mile an hour missile. Yeah, that'll be Zed's bike then. GTRs are a little bit slower, but yeah, they've got the torque there. But you know, same engine, same bike. So happy days. So what you've been up to this week then, Stu?
It's been quite busy for me. My dad's actually been in hospital, so
all okay now?
He got out yesterday.
Oh Jesus!
He had severe stomach pains that they didn't actually know what was causing it, and they had an X-ray and a scan, and they found some sort of shadow. But,
lo and behold, everybody, my boss is in. So Phil is in. He's
Evening, Phil.
Evening, Phil. Yeah, you should see
yeah. Does that mean we have to behave?
Yeah.
Best
behaviour there.
Absolutely not. We were in the pub.
He can't slag his boss off anymore now. He's
no, it's been a good week. So you should be get involved. Make contact through Bike Shore. Yeah, that's very, very true. Yeah, there's a couple of other things that I just want to cover. Obviously, there is a couple of new bikes on the market, and Simon mentioned it earlier. Go on, tell us about that new bike that you're in love with.
Which one? There's 2 of them there, isn't there?
That ZX,
the H2SX Tourer.
H2SX Tourer, yeah.
And the latest one comes with all the toys and the electronic suspension, and there's an app for your phone that connects to it and everything else. And I'm drooling all over myself just thinking about it. It's an absolute gorgeous bike, and when they was describing it, it was like, wow, that's something I could ride. And you know, I want to see if I can fit a top box on it, and it'll definitely be something I'll be interested in. But
I definitely think an H2 is on the horizon for me.
I said to Simon earlier, because obviously
they do 2 versions of it.
Yeah, they're doing the ZX15 this year. So it's the new 100 cc's more. But what would happen if they launched a ZX GTR, or they called it the GTX 1500? Would you buy one?
1500.
Or the
I'd be queuing up to buy one. I think. I think that's what will be happening. I'll big the balls, but I'll be queuing up to buy one.
As I say, if you are looking at bike insurance, give us a call at Eclipse. And what I'll do, I'll give you the dealer code, because that will give you a little bit off your insurance. So obviously we get a bit of a comeback on it as well. But if you wanted a cheaper rate on your insurance, give the guys at Eclipse a call. We'll give you the dealer code, go to Bike Shore, and then you can do your insurance through them using our dealer code. So that will knock you a little bit off your insurance as well. So as I say, we promote Bike Shore left, right and centre. I'm with them, and obviously Fogarty and Kate are big avid brand names for the Bike Shore name. But I've been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, give us a call on Monday. I'm gonna, obviously a lot of people have said, where do you put the bikes up? You know, because we've been looking at your bike, and obviously Paul is a follower of the channel, and he's obviously been on my channel. He's seen the rides and gave me a call on it. There are some really good bikes that we've got in stock at the moment. And Phil will know, because he's spent so much money this year buying bikes. And we were obviously, we do the Lexmo range, and I said to him the big thing to do, and we both agreed that the thing to do was use bikes. So that is the link. www.eclipsemotorcyclesmk.uk. If you are into a used bike, we have got some really, really good ones up. So we've got the VN 1600. Simon saw that earlier. He wants the bigger version with the panniers on it, but we've got the VN 1600. It is immaculate, only 8,500 miles on it. We've got a VFR 800, BMW GS 1200, Triumph Sprint. We've got a Triumph Street 66675, couple of Kawasaki's, R1, F800 BMW. We've got a Bandit, absolutely Bandit, beautiful Bandit 1250. But we have a lot of bikes in XJR 1300 as well. So if you are into a used bike, go check out the website. All of those bikes are absolutely pristine. Any bike that comes into us, first thing we're going to do, go round the bike, check everything over. And as we did with Paul's new back tyre on it, it's had new pads on it. We're going to put a fresh MOT on it because it expires in April. But I said to Paul, we'll bang 12 months MOT on it for you as well. But all of those bikes are absolutely pucker, and you're not going to probably get a better used bike from the guys at Eclipse Motorcycles. There are a lot of, as I say, dog bikes going around on Facebook Marketplace because bikes are selling big time at the moment. Yeah, Crumbly loves that VN 1600. The more I ride that damn thing, I am so tempted to dump the GTR and get on the VN, but then I've not got the storage on the VN that you have. But it is such a comfortable bike to ride, and even Simon said it is really, really comfortable for old farts like us. Hence why, obviously, Phil at the garage, age, yeah, you can crack on. It's like, yeah. But Phil at the garage, he rides a Rocket 3. We went to the bike, obviously went to the bike show. Phil sat on a Rocket 3. And then he sat on the Fat Boy. He absolutely loved the Fat Boy that was down there. But for a better bike, you can't beat the old original Rocket 3s. They are such a comfortable bike to ride. Burning Gas is in the room, so evening to you, Gareth. Side chat's up there. If you do want to jump on the side chat, mate, put you the StreamYard link up again. Jump on the side chat with us. But yeah, come and join in with us. Here's chatting. So if you are in the side chat, obviously just chatting bikes and general riff-raff and everything. But we've had a really good week this week. You know, everybody's sort of stressed to the max, banging out bikes left, right, and centre. And normally at this time of year, it gets very, very quiet. But we've not noticed a lull in the sort of the garage business. Cars are dropping off a bit, but everybody just still out there riding. So most people at this time of year should be winterizing their bikes. And obviously, Simon rides all year round. Do you ride all year round, Zed?
I ride when I can. The weather up here has been absolutely terrible recently. We've had about 2 or 3 weeks of frost, rain, God knows what. It's been absolutely messy, as well as having the salt on the road. But it never stops me. I mean, if it's dry, I'll go out. You can always wash the salt off and then re-lubricate the bike and get it all prepped again, ready to ride again. It isn't an issue. It's just we haven't had the weather too recently.
Quick one from White Rock. He said, has anybody noticed the rise in fuel prices? Oh, tell me about it. Our Shell at the bottom of the road now, £1.79 a litre. It's gone horrendous. And I complained about that when we obviously went off to Wales in the wife's car. We were paying, I think it was £1.54 at our local garage. We got to Wales and I complained it was £1.80 a litre for the cheap crap. But obviously now my expensive fuel down at our Shell in Milton Keynes is £1.79 a litre, and there's only one garage that I will fill up at. So Simon obviously knows the McDonald's Shell up in Brickhill, but the bubble, as Gareth said, you know, the bubble will burst on it. It will come down. But it's obviously the Tories have hiked up the fuel prices to pay for the Christmas party, haven't they?
Once I've got all the furlough money back, that's when the prices will go down. But let's not get down that rabbit hole.
Hopefully they won't allow it to go up to £2 a litre, because that would be just stupid.
You think of when we had all the fuel blockades what price of fuel was at when there was people blockading all the refineries and stuff like that, and the lorries not getting into fuel stations, and now we're near enough 50 pence more than when we last complained. I don't know. There seems to be a bit of an apathy. I think a lot of people are not actually paying attention to what's happening.
Exactly, yeah, because obviously we, as a working garage, we buy in a lot of oil for the cars. My last big drum, which is, I think it's about 200 litres that we buy in a drum. Our last barrel of oil we bought was £342.70p. And I phoned him up today. I said, "Oh, we're running short of 530. Can we get another barrel in?" He went, "Yeah, it's 386." And I went, "You what?" "Oh, oil price has just gone through the roof, mate." And yet I phoned another supplier and said to him, "Can you match this price?" He said, "I'll tell you what, we'll do it for 370. He said, we're making sort of a tenner on the barrel, but because we buy a lot of parts from him, he said, I'll do it for 370, saving myself 14 quid on a big barrel. 14 quid is 14 quid. If I do that 10 times a year, that's sort of, my margins there, but hasn't gone down since we had the so-called fuel problem. It hasn't, but obviously everybody is still buying this crappy 10 fuel at the moment. And obviously, if Phil's still here, he will, if Phil's in the room, he'll tell me about the E10 as well. Is that we have had so many cars and bikes in that have all suffered because people have put E10 in their bikes. And everyone's like, yeah, but, the government says E10 is all good. E10 is fine with my bike. Well, if it's that fine, why are you getting fuel issues? Why is your bike running like an absolute sack of crap?
My bike gets loads of fuel issues, and it keeps on running out.
We would do, but we always say, if you're buying fuel, stick to the good super unleaded.
Yeah.
We had a question the other day. And it was, I don't know whether it was a spoof one, but if you happen to be on Facebook, go and check out the Lexmo Owners UK, because some of the questions that we get in there are absolutely hilarious. All 16, 17-year-old riders. And he's like, "Oh, I can't afford the 80 quid to have my bike serviced at the local garage." And I think this guy was in Taunton or something in Devon. Can't afford to go into the local garage. What oil do I put in my bike? And I'm like, oh God, you've opened up a can of worms here for 16-year-olds.
Chip oil.
Chip oil, yeah.
Cod liver oil.
Yeah, chip oil, cod liver oil, Vaseline, hair oil. Hair gel oil works really, really well at stopping my valves from bouncing. I'm like, oh. And then someone actually said to him 1040. Oh, right. So what does that stand for? And he went, well, it's 10 degrees at 40 watts. I was like, oh God. And then they actually had one of the proper mechanics actually answer. Nathaniel came in the room and he said, it's 1040, but it's got to be motorcycle oil. Well, what's the difference between car oil and motorcycle oil? Oh, right. And it opened up another can of worms.
Just ask your clutch.
yeah, ask your clutch out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I mean, it is worrying that there are people out there that really don't know, and they really don't know. I mean, the amount of times I've seen people on certain forums ask how often do they need to change the gearbox oil on their motorbike. Now, they just don't know, do they? And people really do lay into them about it and come up with stupid things, and it's sort of like, no, look, this guy's he just doesn't know. I know we've got heated gloves on now, Paul.
Someone's just asked Paul, what are you doing? I was getting worried what he was stroking there.
It's a puppet.
It's a puppet.
I'm testing out the new heated gloves because Simon and I were chatting earlier about heated grips, and I was looking at those. Trouble is with heated grips, if you've got the thicker gloves, they tend to sort of be less effective. So I was trying these out. I mean, they're not cheap, but when I've got my test coming up in January, I know there's going to be some bitter weather, and I don't want to be put off by having cold hands and not being able to grip your levers. So it took literally 30 seconds for this to get up to temperature. I mean, that could cook an egg now.
Brilliant. That's the one thing you won't get.
What are you
on
going to
the-
be touching now? This is what we want to know.
I see.
Everybody says, obviously, you know, oh, if you're
different
riding,
video
if you're
altogether.
riding a normal bike in the winter, you get really cold knees. In that case, try riding a ZZR or a GTR because they vent the heat backwards across your
That's
legs.
nice. Nice
We
and
did
toasty.
we did a run the Super Sausage in, I think it was about July, wasn't it, Simon? When we went up the Super Sausage and we got to the calf, and I said to Simon, Jesus Christ, my knees are burning. He went, yeah, because the GTR vents all the heat across your legs. And I'm like, brilliant. Quick one from Crumbly. He's just asking you, Paul, what make of gloves they are.
These are RST, so these are probably more at the budget end of the market, and they cost me 130, but you can pay up to 200 quid, and I just didn't think it was worth it. But the battery lasts for about 2 hours on these, and you take them out and you plug them into a twin charger. That's the size of the battery that goes in. It's quite lumpy. It's almost like the size of your GoPro battery.
Drift camera, yeah.
But no, it's good, and it does make the difference because I mean the CBF has got heated grips anyway, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
So I'm probably not really going to need them. So I will probably, because I've only used these twice, I will do a competition myself at some point and have these as a prize.
The only thing the heated grips don't do is warm up the back of your hands.
Exactly.
And they also don't warm up the levers as well. So if you happen to be riding along, it's very, very cold, and you're on and off the clutch all the time, you get very, very cold fingers.
Good point. Also notice what this also has is on the finger, it's got the little rubber blade. So when you've got a little bit of moisture on your visor, you can just swipe it across.
I always think heated gloves are good if you've got multiple bikes. And you can't just transfer your heated grips from one to the other, or you maybe not have the luxury to have heated grips on all your bikes.
As Paddy McGuinness so said, no looky, no wipey.
Well, I'm going to be keeping my 125, even though I'm going to be using obviously the CBF mainly, but I'm going to keep my 125. I've decided because I had a bit of fun off road the other week.
We saw it.
I was proper belly laughing at that, Paul. That was absolutely hilarious. You made me laugh.
I only came off twice, and it was quite good because I found myself literally the second time I was propelled about 9 feet away from the bike, and I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest. I'm a total idiot.
I mean, the first time you came off, I gave you a 7.1, but the second time was a 9.8. So.
I was waiting for Len Goodman to obviously pop up in the room and go, 7. I'm gonna knock this up actually, Paul, because it's worth a watch and it's worth it just to get you a few more views. So that is the link to Paul's video. Head over hills in Essex with some off-road acrobatics. There's some off-road acrobatics in there. There's a couple of ballerina turns as well.
Well, if Bruce Teapot 1 follows me, that's good enough, and you guys as well. That's credence in itself to my channel, isn't it?
There you
go. Bruce is a good old boy, so yeah,
that's great. I like him. I mean, he's ex-job, so we get on quite well actually.
Yeah, we were chatting about because obviously I was showing we were sat in the pub tonight, and I was saying about Chopsy and his H2R, and one of my little junior mechanics, Adam, he said, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, lamb chops." I said, he's got this H2R. And I showed him the video where Chopsy has actually taken the blow-off valve that's normally with the H2R, with the supercharger, it vents off into the airbox. Now, he's actually had a blow-off valve where it actually vents to the atmosphere off the side of the bike. So he's changed all his vent-offs. And Chopsy's riding along, and all you can hear is like... and it's just vent-off valve from this H2R, and he goes down from the box from like 5th down to 2nd, and all you can hear is just this vent-off valve just going. I'm like, and I said to him, "Does that not sound good?" He went, "Yeah, but it's just a vent-off valve." And I went, "Do you not know how sexy that supercharger is just blowing off that air?" And he went, "Oh, yeah, but he rides a 50cc at the moment, so he's not got." Sort of the thing where us bikers will go, "Oh Jesus, is that such a sexy sound or what?" And then he's like, "Yeah, but it's just there, isn't it?" And I'm like, "No, there's a difference in the equation somewhere." That
It's
just
like
got
when
that.
an exhaust pops and cracks as you change gear. You just really, really love it. But it's the guys on the smaller bikes don't get it yet. It's just
They
brilliant.
don't get the
No.
pop. Yeah, it's like obviously my ZX7 when you change down through the box and it's like and I always call it the army of AK-47s. It's like when the missus, because I popped over to the mother-in-law's house. She lives sort of right in the middle of Milton Keynes city centre. So I said to her, I'll pop in on the way home from work, pop in on the bike, and then you can follow me home with the car. So on the way home, so we're barreling down the A5 in Milton Keynes now. It's the main dual carriageway. It's literally, I think, 12.5 miles of just pure dual carriageway with no stops. She left 5 minutes before me, and I caught her up. And as I come to our main roundabout at the bottom of our village, I overtook her, come down through the box, and I tend to rev match down. And next thing I know, she's flashing the lights, tooting the horn at me. And I'm like, pulls up next to me, and I'm like, what? She went, your bike's making all these machine gun noises and there's flames coming out the exhaust. Don't worry about it. It is normal for that bike to do that.
It's supposed to do that. It scares
It's
all the cars away.
It scares the cars away. I'm going to bring on this guy. If you haven't checked out his last live stream, go and watch it. It's the man himself. Down here, downstairs, it's Mr. Hells on Wheels. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Bobby?
Yeah,
How's everybody doing today?
we are good. How you been?
Good.
Been busy packing up, getting ready to hit the road again. So
You're back on the road again.
Yep.
Hey, where are we off to this time?
We're going to do an East Coast tour this time.
Oh,
Yep.
brilliant. I'm looking forward to that. So, your last video, absolutely beautiful. Really, really good video.
Which one? The Needles Highway one?
Yeah.
There was the Needles Highway, but the one with Gareth, you guys covered such a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah, it's a great show. Me and him just got into it, just talking about everything. And
I know it was like the pair of you just connected. It was like boom in your face, and I'm like, wow. I actually sat through it. I watched it the first time, and I went, I'm going to rewatch it just in case I missed anything.
yeah, he's full of knowledge, and I'm just a hillbilly who likes to talk to everybody. So
yeah, but you were
It
very
worked
good.
well.
You were very good with the stuff that you come back with. The pair of you were just literally. It was like watching one of these tennis matches where you've just got the rally that just keeps going and going and going. You're just waiting for someone to win, and it was just like it was just never ending. I was really enjoying it.
but that's what makes a good show. So
It was a really good stream. I absolutely loved that one, and your Needles one. Oh, absolutely brilliant. I would say like because obviously the one that I've still got to watch, I've not watched it yet, and I'm dying to get on it. Is the Small Channel Mafia?
yeah, we did our introduction. Well, Sunday we did our introduction to Small Channel.
I've not watched it yet, so don't go give away too much.
It was just a good conversation. We just explained what it's about and why we started it and everything. I'm hoping to get everybody to do it.
Yep.
You guys over there to join up and be a part of the community. It's more of a community than an actual channel. It's more about trying to bring moto vloggers together from all over and be resources to each other. So
Brilliant. I think Paul. No, he's back.
Yeah.
I was just watching Paul. He's like just stuck there. I
was just trying to find Hells on Two Wheels other video. I'm stacking up every time you lot mention something. I'm just stacking them all up so I can watch them later.
Yeah, it's Hells on
Yeah,
the number 2. Well, yeah, you've got it. Yeah.
I'm sub to him. I just couldn't find the video you were just talking about. I saw
the weekend hangover with Gareth. Yeah, the Needles Highway, the Sturgis one, because obviously Crystal's in there as well. If you haven't met Hells, she is. If you talk to 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna talk English here. If you talk to a female biker in the UK, they have absolutely no knowledge of. Most of them are like, yeah, I get someone else to service my bike. We've got a couple of girls in the UK. Now, username Kate, she knows her bikes inside and out. We've got a local dealer called Grafton Honda in Milton Keynes. One of the girls that rides for the parts department there is called Sue. I think Simon's met Sue. So Sue is very, very now. She rides a Fireblade S1. I think it's the 1000, but it's the RR. She can ride that bike, and I've never seen a woman put an RR knee down. She can actually do it about 50 mile an hour. And the other one is oh god, and we met her at Super Sausage. Remind me, Simon. Kaz.
Kaz, yeah, biker
Kaz. And now I've been following her Instagram for years. Never ever met her. And then she walked up and she goes, "Hello, Simon." And I'm like, she went, "Oh," and he went, "Oh, this is Rev Bomb." Oh my god. Hello, Biker Kaz. Hello, Reb. We chat to each other constantly, but obviously she's a great friend of Simon's. Simon's known her for absolutely years, and to actually meet her, and she's very, very knowledgeable again. But you don't get many female riders that know their bikes inside and out. You say, well, you know, a female rider, oh, you need to have your spark plugs changed. She's like, oh, I'll put it into a bike shop, get it changed. These girls can actually rip an engine apart, and it's the same with Hell's missus. She can rip a bike apart, and she knows her Harleys inside and out. So you know,
Yeah, I think Hell's missus just took his computer apart.
wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, yeah, but you
But
know,
no, do you remember the bike she was on that day? That
oh
Triumph,
god, yeah, that Triumph. I was
that
like,
absolute
shit.
missile of a bike. Oh,
Absolute, yeah, missile of a bike. You know, it's like, how can a female ride a bike with that many sort of CCs and that horsepower? But she's absolutely brilliant. You know. Just going a quick one through here. Everybody's subbing each other down in the bottom. So Zed has gone across to you, Paul. Paul, go across and check out Zed Head. Yeah. Oh,
I
Hells
thought I
is back.
was.
Let's get Hells back. So we were just saying about Crystal can probably strip an engine apart and put it back together with a blindfold on.
She's getting better at that stuff. You got to realize she had nothing to do with bikes until this year, and her thing was she actually wanted to learn motorcycles, not just
brilliant.
ride it, but actually learn. She didn't want to be that typical female that didn't know anything about it. There's the motorcycle. No, she wanted to get into all that stuff, and she's gotten probably as into as I have with performance. So yeah, a lot of stuff, the simple stuff right now. We'll see. We'll see this winter. We got some projects with her bike, and we'll put.
Brilliant.
I was going to do some. I was going to video her, let her do the projects and work on her bike this winter. So
excellent. Because a lot of people have said, obviously, I do my sort of ride videos, and obviously Simon does his daily stuff. But a lot of people are saying, you know, when are you going to start doing some sort of instructional stuff where you're sort of changing engine oil or your ACF 50 and a bike? I mean, yeah, but there's loads of people out there that have got loads of videos of that. Go and just check it out on YouTube. You know, I do just the ride videos. But there is one that is coming up, and it's going to be Simon GTR 1400 sorts out rev bomb indicators and fits the new lighting kit. So we're gonna get a video of me and Simon probably at the garage putting the new lighting kit on.
I'm going to have my hands in the pockets, and you're going to have your hands on spanners.
Probably.
Follow instructions. Undo that. Put that there. There you go.
It's going to
be
it's going to be a government job. So
yeah. So Exeter's in the room, guys. So good evening to you, Exeter. Good to see you. We're going to try and get you in the UK tour, Exeter. So obviously, me and Simon are looking up to probably get out with Paul. We're not going to be doing camping. We're going to be stopping at Premier Inns all the way up.
Don't do tenting. No, don't do tenting.
The one thing that I did obviously check out was my next door neighbour works for Premier Inn. So he's one of the front house managers. And I've said to him, right, if we do this UK tour, I will give you a contact at Premier Inn, but we'll get you a little bit of discount or even a little bit of free roomage. And I'm like, happy days.
Well, hang on a minute. If we're doing this for charity, surely there's a bit of an angle on here that they get a mention.
Exactly. So yeah, they'll get a little bit of a blog up on, you know, oh, we are stopping at X bar. These are the people that are going to be sponsoring us. These are the people that are going to be. But as I say, we're going to try and do it as a charity run. But the feedback we get off the YouTube channel is going to be absolutely excellent.
Yep.
So you're talking about my live show stuff. I actually have gotten to the point that I enjoy doing my shows more than I like make my ride videos anymore, because I put a lot of actual work into my shows. It's not just like, here's a show. I do a lot of research. I talk to people. And with that, with the small channel mafia stuff we're talking about, I've been in contact with like StreamYard and other people that uses the common editors that I know a lot of people use. I've heard them use. I'm trying to get. We're working it to where they'll come on and we'll do an episode where they just work with the moto vloggers. Any questions, anything to help.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do stuff like that to gear towards us, the moto vlogger section, instead of all of
Excellent.
YouTube.
I'll say that small channel mafia, I really bought into that. It's a brilliant idea. And Els, thank you for the shout out last time when you was with Gareth. Thank you. That meant a lot to me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I couldn't leave you out, you know.
Right, quick one for me. Cigarette break time. You guys chat amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I had to make sure I hit you up.
Room's yours, Hells.
Right off the bat.
Tell them all about your channel.
Absolutely.
Where's the small channel mafia link then, Hells?
Hang on, I'll drop it into the. I'll drop it
if you could.
But yeah, small channel mafia. I just finished the new shirts to it. We changed the logo. We're like, it's really not matching our thoughts to begin with, because I've been sitting on the small channel mafia stuff for about 6 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally found like a group of people that's like, yeah, I'll help to get this started, and they're great guys. So
who's doing your branding for you and the logo?
What?
Who's doing your branding and your logo for that?
I do everything myself. I have all the programs that I sit and do myself. Like the logo that I have now that's behind me, I did that one myself. And
that's cool. That's cool.
Hang on here. I'll drop the link to Small Channel Mafia. We just started this. Well, kickoff was last week, and anybody wants to come by, it's more of a community. There's nothing to buy in. We're just trying to build a community of small channel moto vloggers, just to be resources and help each other out. We all have a lot of experience, and we all have different journeys. So we work together. We should be able to do something, have some fun at it, create new friendships.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You're here for
a
good
make
time.
The mistakes we've made.
Oh, what'd you say, Zed?
I'm saying help people not make the mistakes we've made.
Exactly.
It's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not saying we're big and successful, but we can help you a little bit of what not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your slogan as well. Make memories, not dreams.
Right. That me and Crystal, we thought about that, and because that was our whole journey while we took off, and we do what we do now. Is why think about it when we can do it? And so we're like, you know what? Make memories, not dreams. So
absolutely, yeah. I bought into it. I found your Facebook page as well, so I've started following that as well now. So.
And another thing that I'm starting to do with the Small Channel Mafia stuff, and this goes for anybody's in the chat, you guys on here, if you have an intro or like something, or you want to make a little promo for 1 minute, I'm trying to get enough to where like every week I will I'll put them all together, make a video, and I'm going to bookmark the video, and every bookmark in the description will have your channel's name, the link to your channel, and all that stuff. Just another way to try that I can try to help promote everybody that's out there in the small channel community.
Excellent.
Nice.
I'll definitely send you that. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Right, I'm back. Quick one.
That's right. You got 5 strikes against your name now, so you're right.
Yeah.
If it's no
El's got his belly out again.
We were enjoying the music.
Yeah, I got the music out. I'm DJing again.
That's all right. You crack on, mate. You crack on. As they say in the army, you crack on. You crack on. Yeah. So we had, believe it or not, I had 4 more strikes last week. So I'm doing well with these strikes every week. It was like, it's a live stream. It's off.
What on earth were they for this time?
It was the usual thing of me showing a certain photo.
Well, yeah.
We won't talk about the photo because I've taken it off the virtual background now, so no more Kawasaki hot pants. That was a quick one. I was like, yeah, but it's covered. It's an in tongue. The other one I had was one of the guys commented, and he basically put F apostrophe CK. Oh, you can't have rude words. I went, yeah, but he's bleeped it out. So it could
Yeah.
be fack, it could be fock, it could be, feck.
Feck.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, but and I did have a disclaimer up, and luckily the disclaimer was running over the bottom, so it was that overrating disclaimer. Adult jokes and f bombs may
Yeah,
occur
I'd
during
leave
the.
that up now. Yeah.
I think we'll leave that up for the time being. But I got commented on that one, and then they went, "It's audio," and I went, "Yeah, but it was less than 30 seconds." And now, obviously, being an ex DJ, I know how copyright works, and you're allowed 30 seconds of a song before you're allowed copyright. And they went, "Ah."
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you are under copyright law from MCPS, which is the Mechanical Copyright Protection Society. You are allowed to use 30 seconds of music of any track. So I could go and bung up Adele, her latest #1 song, and put 30 seconds of it on the beginning of my video and get away with it, because you are allowed 30 seconds for as long as you mention in your stream or in your video that it is for promotional purposes and you're not advertising the song. It is used for promotion of your video, and you're allowed 30 seconds. That is how a lot of these, if you go into some of the modern day songs that have basically used the hook line of a song and looped it and looped it and looped it and got away with the copyright on it. So I could get up and do yo, get up off of that thing, yo, and use that as the backing track, and everyone go, yeah, but you've pinched James Brown as your backing track. Yeah, but it's a loop, and the loop is 4 seconds wrong, and I am looping it over and over again. Sorry, but it's not copyright. Yeah, so something like that. So you can actually get away with it. So quick one from. I'm just going to go through a couple of these live. So cheers, mate. Yeah, so we're all sorted out. So everybody's all in there. Yeah, but you can get away with copyright as long as it is less than 30 seconds, and you put a thing at the bottom saying used for promotional purposes. So that is how you get away with using copyright.
Or you just be like me and say, "Screw it, let's have a good time."
Yeah,
Let's make some memories.
Exactly.
It's Christmas.
Not nightmares.
Yeah. Real jail's got too expensive, so I'll go to YouTube jail.
Exactly. Yeah. But
I've been in Facebook jail enough. YouTube jail can't be any different, can it?
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends is actually, she got put in Facebook jail because she shared a post from another Facebook post and saying this guy is so wrong. We were actually chatting about him today. Now, I can't remember who it was that came into the garage today, and he said to me, he said, "Oh, your little face mask that you've got up there, it says mental hamster." And I went, yeah. And he went, "Oh, is that a certain guy on YouTube called Aaron Lambo?" And I went, "I don't know." I said, "I just bought the face mask because it said it was a mental hamster." And he went, "Oh yeah." He said, "This is this guy called Aaron Lambo on Facebook." And I went, "Oh right." He said, "Yeah, this guy's like a multi-millionaire. He's the scourge of the law. Bit of a sells all his body stuff on Facebook and YouTube and that bodybuilding stuff. He's a little bit of a big boy on that." But I went, "Man, now new channel arriving. Rev bombs and F bombs. Yeah, change the name. We call it F bomb now." The boys have just disappeared. I don't know where they're probably off in the side chat having their own little thing at the moment. But
Cigarette break, because you're not allowed to say fag break anymore.
yeah, oh yeah, but you've got to be very, very careful because fag in this country doesn't mean what it means in America.
No.
Nope. It is one of the 367 ways that people identify themselves now. So
Yeah. It's like
305 genders.
Oh, and that was the other strike that I got last week because I mentioned our local. We've got a local nightclub. I think I put the photo up of it called Pink Punters.
Oh God!
I'm surprised you don't get a strike every time you mention Super Sausage.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
But we put up our local club, and Pink Punters is a really good nightclub to go to. Now it's lesbian, bi, transgender, and I don't know what they call it, where you're non-binary.
Non-binary.
Yeah, non-binary. And I put the joke in saying that, oh yeah, I dropped my wallet and kicked it to the car park, and they and someone actually they complained that they found that offensive, that I kicked
Oh.
my wallet to the car park, and I went, yeah, but I wouldn't want to bend over. Yeah, but then you're commenting that it's anti-gay, and I went, no. I said to him, it was a tongue-in-cheek comment. You can't get away with stuff that 15 years ago you could get away with. We were sat in the pub earlier. Now, obviously, we went to, it's called Captain Ridley's shooting party. So
You
Simon
said you
knows.
went to a pub. That's a dive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's now what's called a Weatherspoons. Said I'll know what a Weatherspoons is. Paul will as well, which is like a big brewery chain across the UK. Now, before that
Damn,
pub,
hang on.
yeah.
Zed's popping bottles over here in the corner.
Yeah,
while
I
you're
want to
talking
know
about
what
going to
that
the
was.
pub.
That looked
Oh,
good.
it's going to be Buckfast again. Yeah.
Tonic wine.
Popping
Fine
bottles.
tonic wine.
Like, Rev's
Yeah.
talking about going to the pub, and he's over here popping bottles. Like, what in the
We
world?
don't do it by half up in Scotland.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Now,
Okay. I apologize.
obviously-
In for a penny, in for a pound.
In for a pound, yeah. And the pub that we go to is obviously now called Captain Ridley's. But we're going back sort of 10, 15 years ago. It was owned by by a wrestler called Johnny Kincaid. Now, Johnny Kincaid was one of the biggest UK wrestlers out, and he owned that pub. And I think it was, what was it called? I can't even think of the name of what it was called.
Kincaid's.
Kincaid's, that was it. But before that, and he had another one called
What's he
Peaches.
been drinking?
Yeah, he used to own Peach's Discotheque as well, which used to be just round the corner. And the pub was known, you kicked off in his pub and he come out from behind the bar, you were going to get a pasting from Johnny. But obviously it's a bit of a dive, but it's the same with Pink Punters. It's a great place to go, but you can't make a joke about that sort of thing anymore. And we were chatting in the pub earlier, and I said to him, the things that we used to do 15 years ago, where you'd walk up to someone, you'd lick your finger and stick your finger in their ear, or you'd walk up to another guy and lick his cheek. You'd get done for sexual harassment these days.
I still
And
do it. I dare you.
But you can't. Yeah, everyone's lost, as MT said, everyone's lost their sense of humour.
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
over by snowflakes.
People
It
just-
has.
They just need to chill out.
Yeah, it's getting taken over by people that won participation trophies, and their mom and dad said they were the best thing in the world when they suck. All right,
Mm.
Yeah.
here's the truth.
Well,
You're
I
not
think
the
the
best at
biggest-
everything.
I think the
One of
biggest
the-
problem is people challenging certain things on behalf of other people. Whereas, if you are a particular segment of society, I dare say the majority of them would be able to take it tongue in cheek or accept it in the manner for which it was meant. But then other people are taking offence on behalf, and that's what's just taking it out of context, I think.
I was watching a college lecturer, and this person stood up and they said, and I'm going to say they because they defined themselves as non-binary and their pronouns were they them, so I shall respect that. So they said that well, I define myself as non-binary, and the lecturer said, why don't you define yourself as being 65? Says, what age are you? She's like 21. Why are you not 65? And she said, well, that's ridiculous. And he's like, that's my point. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that same thing.
Yeah.
It's like the if anybody remembers, there used to be a show, and it was run by Gordon Ramsay in the UK, and it was called Hell's Kitchen in the UK. I don't know if they've got it in the state. And they had on, they do like a celebrity show. We were chatting to Jim, because obviously big comedian called Jim Davidson. I used to do a lot of sort of background disco work for him while he did his show, so we used to do the interval for him. And he said we were sat up, and they call it having afters, where you basically finish the show and we all sit round the back. We all get absolutely pissed out of our faces, drinking beers and vodkas and wines. And he said to me, he said, I did this show called Hell's Kitchen. And I said, "Oh, right. How did it go?" And he said, "Believe it or not," he said, "they come to me and said, 'Jim, we want you to be on this show.'" And he said, "I don't really want to be on this cooking show." He said, "Marco Pierre White," he was a good friend of Marco Pierre White. He said, "I know Gordon Ramsay, but they want you to be on this show." And he went, "I don't want to do it." And his agent said, "Come up with a stupid amount of money so they don't book you." And he went, "All right, I want £100,000." So it's got to probably about $150,000. And they went, "We'll pay it." But the budget for the show was 200,000. So of course Jim Davidson's had half the money, so they brought in these other celebrities, and they said, "Well, we'll pay you 25,000." So they had this guy. They had a couple of like minor celebrities, but they had this guy that had won a show in England called Big Brother, called Brian Dowling, who was very, very gay, great, sort of great person. But obviously they're all in the kitchen. And it got round to the point where Jim Davidson went round and he was basically talking to him, and he went, "What's it like being a shirt lifter?" "Oh, you can't say shirt lifter." And he went, "What?" He said, "Well, he said, I've got Asian friends, I've got Pakistani friends, I've got gay friends, and I call them shirt lifters. You can't say that. It's non-PC." And he went, "Yeah, but what's more painful, lifting someone's shirt or taking someone up the?" Where they went, "No."
It's
And
like,
they actually pulled him off the show for it. They said to him, "You can't do that. We're banning you from the show." And they still paid him his 100,000 because he mentioned the word shirt lifter. And I'm like, what is offensive about saying shirt lifter? It's like saying to someone, "Oh, you can't wear a pink t-shirt because you're a man. You can't wear a pink t-shirt. What's your problem?"
There you go. Helga's just lifted his shirt.
Yeah, exactly. And people are just too PC these days. You can't do a black joke. You can't do a joke about a
It's-
Jew. The old-fashioned English jokes. An Englishman, Irishman, and a Scotsman walked into a bar, and you're not allowed to mention an Englishman, Irishman, and Scotsman before. What's this
Yeah.
world gone to?
What do you mean, like the old Monty Python stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's banned as
Most
well.
of them are banned. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love watching that stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
Alf Garnett. If
Yeah.
you go on to
What
Alf
did the
Garnett,
Romans ever do for us?
yeah.
Drew, see when you're talking about Monty Pythons, I was actually having this conversation. My daughter, I got my daughter into Monty Pythons a long time ago. She's 16 now, and see the sketch where I think it's in Life of Brian when they're sitting around the Colosseum, and I think he's talking about he wants to be a woman. Now
Yeah,
you think that was 45 years ago, and that whole conversation is so relevant to this day. It makes the humour from back then so strong that they were so intuitive that they obviously could see that this was possibly the way that we were heading. And and like you say, it's like people that aren't even involved in who should be offended are the ones that are being offended. It's as if they're being offended on their behalf, and you're like, why? Because the people who the comments are possibly being made at probably don't even give a damn. They don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's like over here, what you're talking about. The people that should be offended are just like, yeah, whatever.
Mm.
And everybody else is like, oh, I'm offended because you said that, even though I'm not that. It's on their behalf. Well, this is smidge bit. This is the reason why our children go to private schools, because the indoctrination into public schools was that crap of you should hate yourself because of history, and you need to do all this crap. And it's actually it's out in the public now, but it's been happening for years, and that's why we did it. So
I agree.
It's
I mean-
like we're going back sort of. I'm going back sort of 8 years ago when my stepdad passed, and obviously he'd been battling prostate cancer for ages, and he was a huge bike fan. 6 months before he died, we got him a Vincent Black Shadow. Because he always wanted to have a bike that big before he died, and it took us 6 months to build it. Built it all up, got it running in the garage, and he passed away 2 weeks after we fired that bike up. But when we got around to doing his gravestone, and we sent all the lyric, all the writing off to the company to do the headstone for his what do they call it, cremation. and it basically said blah blah blah, born, died, a father, a father, a husband, a granddad, blah blah blah, and a biker. And they actually did the headstone, and it said and a baker. And we phoned him up and said, "You've got the headstone wrong. Why? He was a biker, not a baker." "Oh, we're so sorry. We do apologise. We'll compensate you." Why? We're killing ourselves laughing here because you've put he was a baker. He was actually a biker. "Oh, we're so sorry for the grief and remorse we've caused. We will compensate you and do you a new headstone." Just do a new headstone because we're killing ourselves laughing over it. He said, "Yeah, but some people would be offended and be after compensation. Why? It's a typo error. Someone should have proofread the script, but it's a problem that's been done. Resolve it, make him a new headstone. We're quite happy." "Oh yeah, but we'll compensate you." We're not after compensation, and everybody seems to be compensation crazy these days.
Yeah.
The sue me philosophy we've got. Everybody wants to sue everybody for everything. So to
Cancel
prevent that happening, you off the conversation.
Right, cancel culture. So
Yeah, it's as Exeter said, fair. That's the thing I was trying to think of. Fair use policy. So if you are using, music, 30 seconds is classed as fair use policy. Thank you, Exeter. Baboom tish. Give me all the money. Yeah, it's very, very true, Gareth. Everybody's out for what they can get out of society these days. Years ago, now obviously in the UK, I don't know how it works in the States, but you can come to this country, you can claim a house, you can claim money off the government for living expenses. "Oh, I'm in this country, I can't afford to live. Give me some money." It used to be called dole money over here, whereas now I think it's called benefit rights or something. But everybody's out for what they can milk out of the government, and who pays it? The taxpayer.
hang on, you could come across our border and they'll give you like $100,000 in free healthcare and free education.
Yeah.
So, I worked very hard and served this country. I thought about going down and walking back across the border just so I can pick up what I've worked for.
I think the next time I come to America, I'm landing in Mexico. I'm walking across there.
Which border?
Right now-
Canadian or Mexican? I just, want to make sure.
You gotta go Mexico. Like nobody's scrambling from Canada, so we don't have that problem.
Gracias.
No, they tend to send all the bad Americans up north. Stevie can deal with them in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still in America, so he's all right. So
The only thing is they're not going to offer me a job in Home Depot, are they?
yeah.
What's the what was it? One of my friends said. He said I've been out I went out to the States on holiday. He said, went at this department store. Jesus Christ! So what's it? Bed Bath and
Beyond.
Bed Bath and Beyond. That's it. He said you've got to go into this store. He said there's like loads of stuff you can go and look at. He said, but I sat on this bed, and in England, you basically jump on the bed and you lay there, and this storeman, you can't lay on the bed. You can't lay on the bed unless you buy it.
In America, it's like I go over there and take a nap while she shops. They don't care.
Are you going to buy that? I'll let you know in 8 hours. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Yeah.
I don't even have to unload the stuff from the shopping cart. I can throw the whole shopping cart in the back of the truck and go home. Like they don't care. They don't care right now. It is a free for all over here.
Oh, let me just have a quick look. Young Viking, he said my comment's just been removed. I'm going to have to roll up and see where it's been removed from.
Which comment?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just looking in the.
Probably the Wooster comment.
No, it's still there.
Oh.
No, I'm just scrolling through on the YouTube, and it's all there.
Surely, because it's live, they don't do it until you have it.
Yeah, there's certain filters that can get.
Exactly, G. America. Not America. America.
I see G's made it back from the beach without getting swooped down by a seagull or something. And
he's down there looking at real estate. He's going to come over.
Oh, I'm just going to roll back through a few of these. So, White Rock, you'll never see Love. Oh God, Love Thy Neighbour. You must remember Love Thy Neighbour in the UK.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I miss Alf Garnett.
Yeah,
Alf Garnett. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you this here and now. If they remove Only Fools and Horses off the telly,
Mm.
I'm leaving the country.
Exactly. Yeah. Old Del Boy. Yeah.
It's
What
time
was
to
the-
with you millionaires.
He ain't
Mm.
half hot, mum. He ain't half hot, mum. Remember
Oh,
some of the
crikey, that
stuff
was a good
on
show,
that as
wasn't
well.
it?
Lovely boy, lovely boy.
Lovely boy. Get in here, lovely boy. And what was it? Gupta with his waving stick.
Yeah.
The punk
Where's them
one,
punker wallers?
There was another one where it was oh god, what was it? The three blokes in hospital with the I think he was a Sikh that used to be the doctor.
Only when I laugh.
Only when I laughed. That was
Oh,
another one that
God.
yeah.
Oh, and Mind Your Language, which was on Friday night, if you
Oh
remember.
my god!
The LWT, the LWT intro would come up, and there'd be Mind Your Language.
That was
You
it.
wonder how they got away with it. You wonder
And that
how
was
the-
that was
got past
Chinese, Chinese,
All of them.
Indian,
Yeah.
Italian, Spanish, yeah.
How they got away with it, but they
Yeah.
did, because that was the kind of humour that we had then. It was acceptable.
Mm.
Yeah.
You could get away with it, but I don't know.
Well,
what's
I mean,
going
the
on.
thing about it's like the writers were that clever that their comedy went right over the top of the heads of the
Yeah.
executives. They
Yeah.
didn't have.
Because
The,
I remember
humor.
on one of them because they on that the one where they did the language school because he said because they were talking about Italians, and they said he said it's easy to make an Italian. He went, how was that? He said you get two bits of dog poo and you get them together and you go whop. I was like, and everyone was like, oh, that's offensive to the Italians, and it's like it's not because I'm obviously half Italian. It
I'm
doesn't
half
bother.
Italian. I'm only half offended. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and people are like, why do Italians have beards or moustaches so they look like their mother? There was loads of Italian. Why don't Italian girls have freckles? Because they slide off with all the grease. And it's like, there was loads of Italian gags that were kicking around. And it's like, am I offended?
The best
No.
ones was a load of Italian rifles for sale, never fired, only dropped once. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm Irish. What about all them Irish jokes? And I thought a lot of them were great. I never
Yeah.
took offence.
And you had what was his name? Bernard Manning and
Mike
and
Reed.
you had Mike
Aye.
Reed, yeah.
Mike
And
Reed.
obviously Exeter's in the room, so really sad because Jeffro used to take the mick out the Cornish all the time, the
Yeah,
Cornish and the Devon lot, and Jeffro's passed away this week, but Jeffro was hilarious.
he was brilliant. He was a legend.
I don't
You
have
know,
a
and
freaking
as a-
clue what you guys are talking
No,
about.
we're going old
They-
school comedians here.
There
Old
is
school comedians.
if you happen to know England, Hills, so you've got Cornwall, which is basically the bottom half of England, and
Big toe.
they haven't
Cornwall. The Florida of England.
yeah,
that's where all the
and
old
it's-
people go.
As a Scottish man, let me try and explain Cornwall for you. It's the
Okay.
only place that you can divorce your wife and still be brother and sister.
very true. Very
So it's like Kentucky over here.
Yeah.
There we are. Young Vikings summed it up. Exeter, it's the Karens of the world. Very, very true. If they had enough money, they would wall it off like they did with Scotland and England.
Yeah, for all the good that did us. Yeah.
But obviously, they've got this comedian called Jeffro, and he said, what was it? He said there was they went up to Wales one day, and he said we were in this church, and it was a nudist church, and the reverend stood up and he said, "Can anybody tell me that they've seen a ghost?" And he went, "No." "Can anybody tell me they've spoken to a ghost?" "No." "Anybody tell me that they've touched a ghost?" "No." "Can anybody tell me that they've done anything else to a ghost?" And this little Welsh guy's put his hand up and gone, "Oi, oi, hey, hey." He said, "I've made love to one." And he went, "You can tell me that you've made love to a ghost." And he went, "Oh, sorry, I thought you said goat."
Then we're moving on to the Welsh, aren't we? Any Welsh in the
Yeah.
room?
Any Welsh in the
Bit of
room?
Welsh bashing. There you go.
That's lovely for
But-
you, isn't it?
That was one of Jeffro's
Lovely
jokes,
boy,
and
Well,
Oh. I used to go out with a girl from Wales. I
Yeah.
used to love taking her home to Bangor.
Hey,
I have to say where I'm from.
used to turn a clay back and press that in. Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm from, there's actually laws on weight limits of the animals that you can have relations with. So that's why these farmers wear rubber boots so they can't get away.
Absolutely. Open their back legs in. Yeah.
That's what they say about the Welsh.
Yeah. The worst why the Welsh wear wellies. Yeah.
Yep. And in Aberdeen, the farmers put bells on some of their sheep, and that's so as they can find the good-looking ones in the dark.
Yeah.
It's like they say in the summer, you shearing that sheep? No, get your own.
I don't think the Americans really go for stand-up comedy the same as we do here, do you? I mean,
yeah, we
You
actually
are kidding.
we actually do. We just this crap that's been happening. It's kind of gotten a lot of
tell you,
people in trouble. So
One of my favourite American comedians is Josh Point O, because he just tells it as it is. He is funny. He's funny. I find he's funny.
nah, man, Bill Burr blows them away with that type of comedy.
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
Yeah. So like, but the funny thing is like the last few weeks, the comedians have said screw it, and they went back to like the comedy that everybody loved, and it's been growing fast again, and these certain type of people are losing their minds, but everybody else is like, finally we can joke, we can laugh, real comedy, because normal people can laugh at themselves when it's a joke,
Yeah, because there was I can't remember who the ventriloquist it is, but he's huge in America.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham,
yeah.
Because of Ahmed.
I kill you.
I kill you. Silence.
I kill you.
And everyone's like, "No, you can't have that." And we sat because someone said to me, "You've got to watch this guy called Jeff Dunham." And I went, "Why is it?" Because he does his Ahmed. And he was like, "Oh," he said, "I was in this petrol station. I was a suicide bomber." And he went, "What happened?" He said, "Did you see anything?" He said, "Well," he said, "I saw this blinding white light and then this Prius." But he always does a dig about the Toyota Prius, and it was like great. But and everyone's like, "Oh yeah," but Jeff Dunham is like, "Oh, it's like, yeah, so what? It's comedy, If you can't get comedy, move along."
Yeah, you got a drinking problem? Nope, I sure got it figured out.
Yeah. And what was the other thing?
I fall over. It's no problem.
Yeah. And the things about yellow buses, and it's like over here we don't have this yellow bus thing. And they said you can't mention the thing about the yellow buses in America. And I went, why is that? And he went, ask an American.
What's the thing about a yellow bus? There's a short bus joke, but not.
That's it. Oh, the short bus. That was it. The short bus. Yeah.
Yeah. I drive a short bus, so I don't care.
Yeah. And people say, "Yeah, you can't do a short bus joke in America." And I'm like, why is that? Because the biggest one, and Jim Davidson, the reason Jim Davidson got banned on TV was because of the chalky joke.
Yeah.
And it was a simple thing, and that Jim Davidson had gone on live TV, and he said Chalky was basically Chalky in England was a black guy. So he's like, Chalky was wandering along the London Underground, and he looked up the tunnel of the London Underground. He said, "You can't step over the yellow line." And he went, "Why is that?" He said, "Because if a train comes through here at high speed, it will suck you off." And he went, "Come on, train!" And they banned him from English TV because of that joke.
Well, there's that one and the one about Chalky crossing the zebra crossing, weren't there?
Oh yeah, now you see me, now you don't. Yeah, and and it's like UK has just gone PC mad. Quick one from MT. He's got RB has seen the stickers of my car. MT is obviously one of my followers. He has got. I'm going to see if I can find that photo. He's got a little car. Only a little car. I've just got to find the damn photo first. So if I find the photo, and then you carry on chatting, I'll see if I can find it. It's in my desktop photo somewhere.
So you making jokes when you say he's got a little car, or you being serious? Like,
We're
talking about jokes. I didn't know we were Just busting people's
It's
balls or what? Like,
no, you think it's a little car, but compared to my car, it is a little car. Now I drive a Kia.
this sounds like it's getting too personal. We just need to stop it right now. You think that's a little car compared to my little car? What are we talking about here?
It's
not
like
about the size.
it's like comparing a Cadillac to a Prius.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I won't tell that joke.
I think the people that are having the last laugh at the moment are the people with the little cars because their fuel bill will be infinitely smaller than all of us driving
Yeah,
the
of
larger
course.
engines, isn't it?
Of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know what? I'll drive my big truck right over your small car for fun.
You have to have a big truck over there. Are they over in America making as
There
much
we go.
noise about electric bikes?
No,
So-
not bikes, but cars.
Wow.
Yes.
There we go. That's his little. He's got a Nissan Cube, but obviously spot on the back of the car. He's got an hub. He's got stickers from everybody on there. So if you have got a bike sticker, send MT Belly across the sticker, and he'll stick it on the back of his car. But
MT Belly, send me your address. I'll send you one of mine, mate. Oh,
I'll send
Yep,
one. I'll send one of my
absolutely.
Raise Hell Make Bell stickers put on the back of that thing.
Absolutely.
yeah. Let's slap it.
Just
I
send me
do
a message
like that.
and I'll send you.
yeah,
Send
I
you
do
some
like the
stickers
big
out.
sticker he's got. I see a little silhouette of a man, but it don't do the fandango.
That is awesome.
Weren't enough room to put that on there. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, but a quick couple of years, Bernard Manning was funny. He was the only one who pushed it a little bit too far. Yeah, because someone said to me, he does great turkeys. I went, no, that's Bernard Matthews, not Bernard Manning.
Yeah. No, Bernard Manning, right at the end, got hung out to dry.
He did, didn't he?
Gets
Yeah.
set up. It basically gets set up and exposed, and basically get used as a sort of scapegoat for this whole sort of agenda that we were witness to just now. It was quite a shame because everyone that lorded over him turned on him and basically used him as an example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, frankly, I'm just thankful to be one of those that wrote off to Jim will fix it and got rejected.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So am I, because I was asking him if I could get Rolf Harris to paint me a picture.
I actually go on.
No, go on.
I won't mention what happened, but obviously I live in a very, very small village. So we do Halloween every year. Now, normally I do a show called Walking Dead. So I have white plastic over all of the house windows, and I have videos of like zombies clawing the windows.
Oh, I
So-
love that, yeah.
Yeah, so I have Walking Dead in all the windows, but everyone said to me, "You never ever do a pumpkin," and I went, "I tell you what, I'll do a pumpkin this year." So I did it with the normal smiley mouth and the glassy, done like the eyes on it. I went and stuck a blonde wig on it and a pair of glasses and a cigar.
Oh my God.
To say I offended the village was an understatement, and obviously people that know what the blonde wig and the cigar and the orange glasses will know what it means.
Now then.
Yeah, now then. So, I think the pumpkin lasted for all of about an hour before I had about 20 people complaining about it. So the missus went, "Bring the pumpkin in, for God's sake." But that was just my sense of humour. And people went, "No, you can't do that." And I'm like, "Why not? It's just a bit of fun." No, because it resembles, and it's humour.
So you guys have problems with people protesting stuff when they don't like
Oh,
it?
we get it all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
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 What you mean, idiots like gluing themselves to the M25?
Yeah.
I dated a protester one time. It was quite easy. You knew exactly what she was thinking because it was on the sign.
Hey,
Mic drop.
I didn't know my wife was a protester, but the signs were all there.
hey.
Hey. Let's turn into Red Bomb Comedy Hour.
Exactly. We're having fun. Oh, I've got loads of
You used
comments
to-
coming.
I used to date a girl that was she was
Young
a
Viking, yay.
skydiver.
Hey, thanks,
But
Viking. as you didn't, if you didn't know, Viking has bought a bike from us, so he's coming over on Wednesday to pick his bike up, and he can put it on his scooter. I'll dump you a load of stickers. I haven't got any more T-shirts left. I'm waiting for the next order because Lockwood had the last T-shirt. But
What bikes are you buying?
he has bought a Titan, believe it or not. Nice little. I think I
Have
can't
you not
remember.
watched Rev Bomb's channel? All he's sold lately has been Titans. You could have
It's
guessed that.
Titan.
We were talking about that earlier, Simon, weren't we? The fact that all he keeps on doing at the moment is Titans.
I've got the Michigan. I'm actually out on the LXR tomorrow. We've sold the first LXR and we've sold the 380 now as well. So the 380 is going. And then once we get Paul's bike, obviously I've got to do a ride on Paul's bike as well. So we'll get out and do a full vlog on that one as well.
I thought you guys were selling bikes, not mopeds.
We sell mopeds and we sell everything. So
What's your viewpoint on the Zontes bikes, Rev Bomb? What do you think of them?
I actually like the Zontes. We are looking because obviously I've been speaking to Phil about getting Sinis in, and obviously doing sort of the Sinis terrains. You know, getting a few more of the Sinis brand in. But we were at the bike show on MCL Live, and we found the Lexmo Milano, and obviously that's the 125 scootery sort of looking Lambretta bike.
Yeah,
they have taken So obviously Milano was discontinued March this year. There's a company that's actually importing the Milanos without the engine and putting an electric motor in it. Now the battery pack actually fits under the seat. So you can pull the battery pack straight out the seat, take it in the house, charge it. It's got a 60 mile range, and it does 45 miles an hour.
Sounds like my daughter's Barbie Jeep. So
yeah, so it's for the money. It's exactly the same price as the petrol version, but it's got an extra year's warranty on it, and it's an electric bike, which means no tax, no servicing, no fuel costs. So we're actually looking at
no women.
It's electric, it's silent, but
it's boring.
But the thing we hit on was it can take a huge, great pizza box on the back. Now we have got probably one of the biggest pizza companies in the UK based in Milton Keynes. There are we worked it out the other day.
Does the ram air squeal at 7,500 revs per minute?
Yeah. Exactly. So we said, electric bikes are great if you're something like Amazon or your pizza delivery, jump on an electric bike.
I would agree with you. They do have an application within society. I don't think myself, it's the sound of the bike. It's the experience with the surroundings that you're in. I mean, my bike obviously sounds different to Drew's bike. It sounds different to yours, Simon, and obviously Paul as well. They all sound different, and everyone likes what they like. Whether it's a Harley you're sitting on or whatever it is, it doesn't matter as long as you're riding. And that's the thing.
I'll buy in that completely, Zed, because I'll go to the bike meet. I arrange one every Wednesday. And during the summer, we have like 20, 30 bikes turn up. And you know who's coming before you see them because you hear the bike and you go, oh, that's so-and-so.
Absolutely. I never ever tire of hearing a cross-plane crank on an MT10 going by like at full chat. It's just the most. It sounds like the devil having an orgasm. That's the only way I can describe it. It's amazing.
The worrying thing is about these electric bikes is you're going to creep up on people and they're not going to know you're there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Simon, because if you went to the Motorcycle Live, you will have seen that they're really, really pushing the agenda of the electric bikes, going nuts for it. And I was on a couple of the stands talking to the salespeople, obviously, and they started one up for me. It was one of the demo ones with all the panels off so you could see all the electrics, and he started up. And this thing had a special sound to it, and he said, you're not going to be able to creep up on anyone with this. And he kicked it into life, and it sounded like a jet taking off.
Yeah.
Or a washing machine.
It wasn't your normal whine of an electric bike. This thing had quite a sound on it. We were talking quite a few decibels, and it was well, it made everyone turn around anyway. Everyone noticed it go.
Yeah, well, you're gonna breed a generation of bikers that do not know what tinnitus is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
Do you know that there's quite a lot of cars out just now that have external speakers? That they've got
Yeah.
like, see their sport mode or whatever the mode it is, and it turns maybe like a V6 into a V8 sound and
Yeah.
stuff
I
like
think
that.
it's
You know?
Audi are quite
Yeah,
famous
Audi.
for that
I
because
know Audi.
their
Audi have
S-Line,
got it in the
they put a
R8.
diesel engine in it and then put a
Yeah.
speaker under it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Audi R8's got it as well because it's in the
Yeah.
front wheel wells. Because I follow a guy called Ricky Elder. It's RE Performance, and it's Lamborghinis and Audi R8s and that he does, and he always points them out. Says that's the speakers, and this is that's to adjust the tone of the car.
So was Greta there to like promote the electric bikes and tell everybody they're idiots?
There was plenty of trees there for him to hug while I was looking at them. There you go.
Greta Fan Club, absolutely.
Yeah.
See the thing about it is do you think motorcycle corporations would be promoting electric bikes if they weren't getting massive government subsidies to do so?
Absolutely
This
not.
is what it's all about.
Because that's exactly it. But unless the governments bring out the infrastructure that will support what it is that they're trying to bring out, the general public's not going to buy into it.
No,
because I'm not leaving my vehicle that I'm paying my money for 15, 20 miles away from my house on a charger that's on a street I don't know, because my insurance company will certainly not cover me for it because it's not parked outside my house.
no.
You know, where does it end?
Yeah.
And let me just ask RevBomb, how much sort of revenue can you make?
Rev, can you drop a link in for burning gas?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we've been looking at this overseas trip, and I'm just wondering how much trouble I would get in bringing my bike over to ride around over there.
As long as you don't ride in any of the no congestion zones or things or something, mind you, you'll get away with it because they all read the number plates.
Well, I'm just wondering.
They just put RevBomb's number plate on it.
Are you talking, Drew? In what respect are you talking about? Like noise? Are you talking? What is it? What kind of trouble? Like
emissions, noise, tickets.
No. Honestly, it's like
go on.
No, it's like I don't think you wouldn't get into any bother at all. I mean, like my bike. I can't remember the last time I put my baffles in. Which is like my decibel killers as it is. And the guy who sold me the bike, I said that every time I take it into him, I say, you feel it for noise. I said it was you that sold me with them in a bag. And you MOT'd it first. I said, so if you feel it for that, then you're at it.
Oh, do you guys have inspections? Like,
we have annual inspections,
Annual, yeah.
You don't have MOTs over in America, though, do you? A yearly check of a vehicle?
That's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Like, you know, you're supposed to, but let me tell you how many people does it.
They don't enforce it then.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're more worried about the plate. Like, is the plate legal? Do you have insurance? You're good.
I was going to say,
I know people in America that take the little stickers out of the windscreen and put it on their new car.
Yeah,
I miss the days of tax discs. We used to have a tax disc in the UK to show every 6 or 12 months that you are paying a road fund license to better ride or drive a vehicle on the road, which is like what you do with your plates in the States, isn't it? It's this sort of similar kind of deal.
Yeah, you basically pay for your plate depends on how long you want to do it. Like I've been pulled over without my license, and they've been more worried about insurance and the plate on the bike than they're like, oh, you don't have your license? No, well, you need to get that. Here's a warning.
See, there's a channel on YouTube that I follow. It's a guy called Muscle Car Central. Now he's got I think it's a Dodge Challenger, and he's modified that car to the absolute hill. And he put what's called a diverter set. So hells will know what I'm on about.
For the exhaust.
On the exhaust.
Yeah.
Now he
put
butterfly valves, just but he put his right mid car, little button up by the gear stick, automatic, diverters on.
Creates some extra boom, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he takes this car out. Now he's got it in the garage running with the diverters off. So it's just running through the stock exhaust, and then he opens this thing up, and it's just sitting there, and it's
it's lovely.
gorgeous. It's bubbling. He takes
Aye.
it out. He's got his girlfriend in the car, and they're driving down the road, stock exhaust, and then he hits the divert button. This thing roars. To say it's 140, 150 decibels, and then he opens it up, and it deploys all the airbags. And he took it back to Dodge, and they inspected the car, and they went, yeah, on the driver's pillow just behind the door, your airbag sensors are actually in the bottom of the door pillar, right where the diverter
so
is, and the vibration
right
of the it set
just
the airbags
sheer
on.
acoustics.
Yeah, the sheer acoustics. So they actually paid for him to have new airbags in the car. He's now got a button that he has to press to turn the airbags off before he hits the diverters.
Brilliant.
But it's, yeah, go and check out Muscle Car Central. Airbags go off, because it's a great video. I'm going to bring this guy in. He's sunning it up in the other side of the pond. Look at the tan on him. You jammy git.
Hey, this is a tan.
Oh
I
my
thought
god!
you'd have come on with. I thought you'd have come on with the Mickey Mouse ears.
Where's the hat? What's that? What? He don't have a hat on. Oh my
I
god!
know, it's
You really,
not right.
really want to see me, my Mickey Mouse ears said, okay. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, we're good. Good. How's the holiday?
Oh, superb. Yeah, great fun. Come over here, it's you get the weather, and I enjoy the lifestyle, so it's good for me.
Hey, so just to let you know, Rev said we make a great duo on a show.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it was a great
you did.
stream you two did.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a beard contest.
a beard off.
I got my G starter kit here.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants a grey beard. Everybody wants
Yeah,
to
man,
know.
I've started on it.
You'll be getting the straighteners next.
You know,
Hang on.
the secret to growing a great beard is just to let it grow.
It's that.
I took mine off last week.
Women love dirty old bikers with beards. Just to let
Exactly.
Guys, I'm trying to make sure.
Beards and tattoos.
you know.
A quick one from Exit. I'm gonna leave that up. Let's have a bit of a dig.
That's brilliant.
So what's been going on,
P
guys?
looks like first class, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not
we've
going
been
to
good.
rub it in, but it was 85 degrees here, 29 Celsius.
Yeah.
I did hear a Tom Brady threw his toys out the pram the other day over a comment made by a commentator.
Yes, the weather. Yeah. Only thing is, guys, my microphone on the iPad isn't as great as it is on the desktop PC. So I'm sorry if you see me trying to lean towards the iPad. That's me just trying to understand what's going on.
That's fine.
No worries.
No worries.
Where are you?
What's that?
Where are you, mate?
I'm in Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, if you
Nice.
didn't know what Orlando is, it's the guy from Ghost. Oh, is that
Right.
you?
Yeah,
While
I'm
you're
in-
in Orlando,
I'm
one
in-
place
I'm
I
in
will
Orlando,
recommend. It's called Capone's.
I was in Daytona. I was in Daytona yesterday and this morning.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me? I would called over and be like, "Hey, see my buddy. I got buddies from West Virginia. Actually works at the Indian dealership in Daytona."
All right, okay, yeah. The Indian dealership's pretty cool.
Do they have more Harleys than Indians like they usually do?
No. They had all the 2022 bikes in.
Big G, are you turning? Are you
What's
turning?
that?
Are you going to Indian? Are you turning? Are you going to Indian?
Me? No. I'm
I was
Sarah
wondering
loves her
if-
bike. I'm still a Harley man. You know,
Aye.
but at the same time though, the last 18 months, what's the saying? I've been enjoying riding other bikes, and
Yeah.
it's like I've been riding Harleys now for 12 years, and you almost forget what it's like to ride other brands.
I would agree with that, but what I would also say is riding other brands makes you appreciate.
I
Your
can
own
barely hear you guys. I don't know what's going on.
You're deaf and old.
Can you
Put
hear
your
me now?
earbuds in.
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now? No.
Is you getting old? He'll have an
No,
ear
it's-
trumpet soon.
And here's the negative side effect of riding a Harley all the time. So
Hey, boom.
what?
Why is this live stream so quiet?
You damn kids, get off my lawn! Oh, I'm
Wait,
telling you
I'm trying to
what.
get my headphones at 2 seconds.
That is because he's
Yeah,
had the
Yeah,
volume
he's gonna
down
get
from
his
watching
headphones.
porn.
That's what he needed to do to start with.
You gotta be smarter than the iPad. All right.
I definitely think driving as many different or riding as many different bikes as you can does give you an appreciation for the bike that you own, two for the
Yeah.
bike that you're always striving to reach. Because I always think in my biking life, the best bike is always the next one.
Can you hear us now, old man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dad, yeah.
Loud
They
and
always say,
clear,
why is your computer volume turned down? It's just because I'm watching porn and I'm waiting for the missus to come up the stairs.
He comes to
Volume
he
up
comes
and
to
watching
America. It goes stupid. So
Oh no.
There you
That's
go.
what happens. It's like you forget to spell and how to drive when you come over here.
yeah, you're like, whoa, I'm in America, baby. Yeah.
I know. It's like
Yeah.
another left turn. Another left turn.
It took me 2 years to figure out you could turn right on a red light.
Put your cap on. I take it Boo Rider's talking to me.
Yeah, I think
I guess
so.
so.
Yeah.
You're the only one
Yeah.
not wearing a cap that usually does.
Yeah, you
No.
don't have your trademark on.
Is it going to be the HD
Oh.
or the Indian?
No. I bought a new hat today.
Do one your
It better not be the
transition.
Buccaneers.
Do your transition.
I'm
It'll
afraid.
be Mickey Mouse. Well, it's Mickey Mouse, isn't it?
Right, do you really want me to?
I've got
you
to
really
fight
want
back
to
if
see
he's
my-
going to wear the
you want to-
Buccaneers.
You want to see my new Buccaneers hat? I've
Do
got
it.
my new Buccaneers hat.
Yeah, but do a
Yeah.
transition when you do it.
Oh no, you can't do that. Not just now. This is
Yeah,
that's
see,
great.
Simon just did it. Look, that's awesome.
No,
He's
no.
he's
There you
wearing
go.
the Eagles.
There we
go.
go.
See, look at that.
Ah,
It needs a bit of a curve on the peak.
Now you've got to
No,
throw a
no,
hissy fit
no,
like
no.
Tom Brady.
that's nice.
What the? Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's easy to get on the bandwagon. Just
Yeah,
let you know.
oh,
Be,
I mean,
Yeah.
look at this guy up
Well-
here. It's Eagles. Like he's not jumping on a bandwagon.
Yeah.
no.
I don't, yeah, but I'm not jumping on any bandwagon. This is
Look, the only thing the Eagles can fight is the freaking bell or whatever charge
get it
it it is rigged. The mob was in on that
Yeah.
one, so let's you know.
That's like so one of the things every time I come to America, it's always another left turn. Nobody seems to be able to drive without the mobile phone in their left hand. And what else is it?
That's
Everybody,
Florida.
it's always everything that you order in a restaurant is. Do you want cheese with that?
Bro.
Yep.
And
You know?
everything's a Coke.
And it's not real cheese.
Yeah.
It's cheese whiz.
Yeah, because
Cheese
I'm-
ridge,
you gotta-
yeah.
And last night, right? Well, obviously you guys never seen my Facebook picture. I know. I'm due there next Thursday evening for a meeting.
Excellent.
Oh, for a meeting? They just had a bike night a couple nights ago over there.
Last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah, last night. Yeah.
I remember seeing
Hey, Sarah.
the post
Hi,
for the
Sarah.
bike night.
Hi, Sarah.
She's she is here. She's away doing the laundry. Like that laundry.
Oh, get you,
Ooh.
get you.
Not the washing, the laundry.
The
eh?
washing, the laundry, the laundry.
She's
Yeah,
at the
listen.
steaming.
Listen, if I had the option, I'd spend 6 months a year out here, but it doesn't really happen. It hasn't really happened. So, yeah. So it's like last night we were at the. I'll say it. I was at the Grand Floridian last night.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
Right, but it's a nice place. It's beautiful, but I don't know. It's not my style at all. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful hotel. But
You went to Daytona and you didn't stop at the Cabbage Patch on your way back.
the Cabbage Patch. No,
Yeah.
what's that?
That's like one of the famous biker bars in Florida. It's the Cabbage Patch.
Right, listen. I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt and camouflage shorts. I am not walking into any biker bar wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt.
I would.
While you was in Daytona, you could have gone to Hot Leathers and got yourself kitted out first.
Oh, that's true. No, I always go to Coconuts on the beach and When I get to Daytona, I go Indian Harley, I go to Bruce Rossmeyer, I go to the Bruce Rossmeyers, always do. We always
Cole's in the
swing
room.
by.
Evening, Cole.
Yeah,
That's Bruce Rossmeyers for
That's
the
it.
American people. Okay.
right.
American.
I go there and then I end up going to the Four Rivers barbecue place for my lunch. Always go there.
You need to go. You needed to go to Weber's. It's a little hole in the wall steak place.
All right, okay.
Badass.
Right.
Badass.
Yeah, but I always enjoy going past International Speedway. I love what they've done down there. They've changed it all. It looks amazing now down there.
Yeah.
Because we were at Bike Week last year, and right across from International Speedway, they've completely done it with a new hotel. You've got like all the restaurants and everything. It's done really, really well. Free parking, the whole lot. So
Did you go to
the tour?
Did you go to Buc-ee's?
Yes. Right. And do you know what I got at Buc-ee's? I got cinnamon candied pecans.
Fresh roasted there.
And I ate the whole bag.
Yeah. For everybody that don't know, in America, Buc-ee's is the largest gas station. Like everywhere they build it, this thing is like acres.
Yes.
It's not just a normal little petroleum station or petrol station, as you guys say over there.
Sarah, 2 seconds. Tell them what else you bought in Buc-ee's. Tell the camera what you bought in Buc-ee's. Right, okay. Well, you can shout in my ears. Go for it.
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding.
Oh, that's why I always get that. Peanut butter fudge and banana pudding. Always. Hey.
Hi,
They're
Sarah.
running away.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah. So we got the banana pudding. We got the pecans, and they wouldn't take our card. We're actually putting fuel in the car, and they wouldn't take our debit card at the machine. So you have to go in and say, "Can I get $30 on pump 33 or something?" 33. She brings up the security camera and go, "Is this your vehicle?" Yeah, that's me. How many fuel pumps are in there? About 70 fuel pumps. 70.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the largest one in Texas is like 10 acres and it has 100 and some fuel pumps.
Wow.
Is that the one that's up by Dallas?
Yeah.
I've been to that one.
The thing's huge.
Yeah. And Sarah wants a T-shirt and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, we'll have to go back.
But it's like a Walmart gas station.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, that's right. And look at that. I've even went full on iced coffee.
Oh, Lord mercy.
There's no helping him now.
Give me your Harley Davidson hat right now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Full on iced coffee.
Oh, man.
I know, mate. It's this. It happens here. You come here, and all of a sudden, you have to blend in. You have to blend in with society. Iced coffee and.
Well, that's easy. Just drive like shit and wear flip flops. You'll be good to go.
Oh, well, that's the thing that I find bizarre. It's like everybody the guys are driving and they put it into drive and they've got the phone like that.
Oh yeah. And they're in the fast lane. I don't know how many times I'll be running down the interstate. They'll be in the fast lane doing it, slowing everything down. I would ride up next to them, knock on the window, and tell them to put the phone down.
Yeah,
because they're creating a traffic jam, making it dangerous.
Yeah,
but in Florida, when you take your driver's test, one of the questions is: when you see a motorcycle, do you A, slow down, give it space, B, make sure they see you, or C, run them over? The answer is
run them over.
C, run them over.
Run them over.
Yeah,
I love it. I do love it here. We're going to say we before the pandemic, we'd maybe come over here if we could. Maybe once or twice a year if we can. But we don't have any kids, so this is kind of like what we do. So, if we can,
Well, I'm glad
Florida is that?
I'm glad you're over here.
Yeah,
he looks so glad, doesn't he?
This is my happy face.
He's getting the tan, isn't he?
Well, I mean, I've not got the white like tan like you.
Yeah, you don't have a mullet yet, so you can't say you're American.
Oh,
No, not yet.
It's
the
where
only person.
it's where you come home and you've got the string vest marks from wearing the English string vest.
You don't think they'll go full on hillbilly?
Yeah.
Or what's the other thing the English do on holiday? The hanky
England
on the head.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
knotted hanky.
The knotted hanky on the head.
Oh yeah, wear your
The
banana
spring
hammock.
vest.
So
Yeah.
I had some personal stuff to deal with over here as well. I had to catch up on, and we bumped into this girl who is from Essex, and she was saying to us, "Oh, if you really want some fish and chips, there's a chippy down the road." And I just looked at her and I went, "I ain't coming to Florida so I can have English fish and chips." I mean, that is not happening. I want barbecue and like hot dogs.
I love the Cuban food over there is off the chain. There's a lot of good Cuban restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, and Cracker Barrel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, Cracker Barrel, yeah.
Sounds
Or
Cracker Barrel,
a
man.
steak that is actually cooked blue.
Oh yeah. Well,
Sarah's not into string vests.
no, she's definitely not in the string vest. It doesn't suit her.
There's a reason it's called Cracker Barrel. It's a bunch of old white
That's
people, and the
Cracker
food
Barrel,
doesn't have any taste.
Right. And then this morning I went for breakfast this morning. Went to Celebration this morning, and it says, "Do you want some French toast? I'll have some French toast. Do you want crunchy French toast?" And I went, "Crunchy French toast?" And they break up like the cereal, they crunch it all down into like that crumbs and cover it all in breakfast cereal, and then they says, "Oh, we'll give you some maple syrup as well."
Oh,
and I was like, I just want 2 bits of French toast that's covered in cereal with drizzled with maple syrup.
Yeah, I'll have some diabetes with a coffee.
yeah.
I want a tomahawk
We've got
steak.
a local restaurant over here called the Harvester.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can go for breakfast, and we went there one day, and the missus went, "Oh, I'll have the what do you want?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll have the full English. So it's 2 egg, 2 sausage." But I normally go, you know what, I'm like Simon Super Size. And we went to the Harvester this weekend, and she said, "Oh, what do you want?" And I went, "Oh," and I looked down the menu, full English, or you can have scrambled eggs or poached eggs with salmon. And then I saw it, pancakes, maple syrup. And I said to the waitress, I went, "Oh, can you do me pancakes and maple syrup?" And she went, "Yeah." I said, "How many pancakes do you get?" And she went, "Oh, you get 4, but each one's got maple syrup between it." And I went, "I'll tell you what you can do." I said, "Can you do me pancake, bacon, maple syrup, pancake?" And she went, "How many do you want?" I went, 8. "Can you do me a stack of 8? So 8 pancakes with a layer of bacon, but I want 2 slices of bacon between each one."
50 quid.
And she went, "And you want maple syrup on that?" And I went, "Yeah." And she went, "What's it called?" And I went, "An American breakfast." And she went, "What do you want with it?" "Black coffee, 2 sugars."
That's what I drink. I had my breakfast with Diet Coke this morning.
Yep.
But you didn't get the free
While you're there, Gareth, all right?
Yeah.
In Orlando, I found a place called the
I'm going to have a quick smoke break.
Friar Tuck, where I went for breakfast, and it's an English couple that actually run a cafe.
All right,
and it was really nice to go there for breakfast. And then in the evening, there's a place called Capone's. I don't know if you've ever been.
Where's that?
That's crikey, it's on like the main strip. I can put a link to their Facebook. Capone's it's called. They do an evening show with a meal and drink and everything else, and it's a fantastically funny show. It really is. I'll recommend 2 of those places down there.
Have you ever been to a restaurant here called Twin Peaks?
Yes, it is the high class Hooters, buddy.
No, because I go with the family and the parents. So no.
Well, I didn't know about this Twin Peaks. Right, last year when I came, I was last year before the pandemic, right? Sarah and I were driving down International Drive, and I says, "I've never seen that place before, Twin Peaks. Let's go in there." Turned up at the front door. Sarah's wearing a nice dress. I've got my shirt on, and I went, "Sarah, you can go back to the car. I'll join you in 30 minutes."
As long as that.
Oh, yeah.
as long as that, you know,
Yeah.
because across the road they had the Hooters, and I remember when we had our honeymoon here all the years ago, and I remember the Hooters, but then they've opened up this Twin Peaks across from it as well, across from Icon Park. And I just remember going Twin Peaks, and it never clicked. The penny never dropped, and I turned up at the door, and I went,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
This is a high class Hooters. Shoot, yeah.
yeah." You
But
know,
yeah,
so
it's a family restaurant. You know, I take my son
it's a
there.
family restaurant.
It's a learning experience. We use it
Yeah.
to teach
That's
him
right. Yeah.
manly
Birds
stuff.
and the bees.
Yeah. So
So you see it? Like, come on, Sarah, shake your face in disapproval. No. You know, she's got her Disney top on. See, but she's went full on Disney.
oh no, tourist trap.
That's the man. You got to just roll with it. You know, I mean, this is what it's all about. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's Disney is the only place on the planet you can come back and you can get away with acting like you're 12 years old again.
The fun's
So
ever
I'll take it.
the most fun I ever had at Disney was probably like 5 years ago. I had to go there for a business meeting,
Right.
and part of the business meeting they shut down the Animal Kingdom section just for the people there for the conference.
All right. Okay.
And free bar, free food, free rides. So it turned into how many shots can you take before you hurl
Oh,
off
very nice.
that Yeti, whatever that
Yeah.
real steep one? Yeah. So
Everest.
we ride it, come back down, take a shot, get back on, ride. And we did that. They got to the point that we couldn't even get out of the freaking car. Like,
Wow. Yeah. We did the villains night 2 years ago. They had a villains after party in Disney World, and it was open till 2 a.m. or something. And we were walking around the park drinking, like, was it alcohol in Disney? I can't remember. There was beer in Disney, right? And it was like free ice cream, free popcorn, and it's the same idea. I think they literally load you up with this much sugar that you're actually shaking yourself to death when you're trying to go on these theme park rides. You know, it was really good fun though. 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like this. I was rattling with the sugar.
yeah.
So
The lines weren't that long. It was great.
yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. I will say one thing to bring in motorcycles into this conversation, as we are all into motorcycles.
Okay.
The amount of bikes that I've seen on the road this December is absolutely awesome. It's the weather here is fantastic at the moment, and that's what they're all saying. Sunlit, you know.
Winter.
Florida, they don't put them away, do they? So
winter is actually the riding season in Florida.
Yeah.
Because during the summer, you'll see some on the road during the day, but it's actually nighttime when everybody comes out and rides because it's not blazing hot.
Yeah.
It's cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, Gareth just had a blackout, so there you go.
But wintertime is the riding season in Florida because it's like 80s, 70s, not real humid.
Can you hire a motorcycle when you get over there then?
Do what?
Can you hire a motorcycle like you can with normal car hire over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to Orlando Harley Davidson when I'm out there, and I rent an electric guide from there.
Yeah, Orlando.
It cost me $99 a day.
Do they check your license entitlement? Because, say, for instance, all right, because surely, I mean, our standards are different. Well, they check the license.
They check your license, and as long as you've got the license to drive the sort of vehicle you're hiring in America, in the original country. So as long as you've got a license to drive it over here, you can rent it over there.
All right, okay.
That's cool.
Because I was going to sign up for
drop a couple
the
of links
66.
in that Simon's give me.
Yeah. It's a couple of places I was recommending Gareth and Sarah go to that I've been to in Orlando. But
there we go. So both of those are up for you. So I'm just
Capone's and Fire Tuck. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. No worries, mate.
I remember the first week we were down there in Orlando this year. They actually tried to I don't know what you call it. They tried to steal my motorcycle while I was riding it. I was on my wife's motorcycle.
Wow.
They tried to box me in and steal the motorcycle.
So they put
white jacket.
Oh, how quickly did you reach for the 45 or the 50?
Well, but the thing was, like, I was stopped I was noticing the following. I stopped, and when they pulled up and did that, and one guy got out, we were like, "We want your motorcycle." Before you got done with it, I was
Gone.
like,
Yep.
like they're not gonna
There you
keep up with my freaking crap, like like. No, but they were lucky I had my wife's bike, not my bike. That would have been a
No.
totally different story.
Yeah.
Are you not packing iron?
Let's just let's just say I got my buddy that's an
Yeah.
A, and the last name starts with an R, and it fits right in the saddlebag.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, cheers, Viking. Much appreciated. He keeps dumping the
There
money
was-
across. Don't need to do that. You're going to end up with a jacket before you turn up at our place, I tell you.
What I want to
You
know
guys-
is when you divvy up, do we all get some? Because we're all part of the show here. So.
Yeah.
No,
Can you
divvy
guys
up.
still hear me?
I am-
Six ways. Does it go 6
I'm
ways?
just going to drop a quick link up here. 21st of December. Go and check this one out. It's Hells on Wheels show. So he's doing his Christmas show. So the link is there. Put yourself on, set yourself a reminder. Go and watch Hell's show.
Why has it done that?
And it's an open forum, so it's going to be like this. Anybody wants to get on the chat, that's what we're going to do.
Excellent.
Oh,
As long as I'm not in bed, I'll be there.
I'll still, hey, even if you're not there, I'll tell you this: I'll still shout you out to make sure that you're
Thank
still
you
on the
very
show.
much.
So, yeah,
Thank you very much.
jump in on that one. Yeah, Hells has got a video up. So I'm just cracking through all of my my streams that I've got. I've got about 13 to catch up with. I should do that tomorrow.
Hey, Rev, but the funny thing is, your videos has kind of come like family night. Like all of us sit and watch your videos together.
If you, I've done one on a YZF 125, so it's a Yamaha 125. It's basically like an R6, but the 125 version of it. Customer
I
brought
think
it
it's a
in.
lovely bike.
It's
it's
a
a lovely
great little
bike.
bike,
See-
but he said every time I ride it in the wet, it keeps cutting out on me. So
Right.
we had it in, we dried the bike off, we went through fairing off at the front, we went through every single electrical connection and plug we could find, we checked the ignition lock,
Yeah.
we greased the ignition lock up, bit of Vaseline on it. We went through the side stand switch, and then we literally did every electrical connection on it, took it out the front, parked the bike up, side stand down, bike running, and we jet washed it up close, 2 inches off the bike, and we hammered it with a jet washer just to try and get it
Yeah.
wet. It would not fail. We phoned the customer and said, look, this bike, well, when I ride it, it just loses power, cuts out and dies.
Mm.
Can't figure out what the problem is.
You.
It's not replicating the fault. I said, if we can't replicate the fault when it's in the garage, we can't diagnose it. Well, it must have a code, so we auteled it, which is diagnostic software, plugged into the OCB port on it, couldn't get anything up, couldn't find anything.
Can you hear me?
Customers had
No.
it back, and it's not doing it. But he said it only does it every now and then. And he went, well, you've obviously had it in for hours and hours and hours. I said, well, it's been in for an hour. We've looked at it. We've only charged you the bare minimum for it. Oh, yeah, but prove it. I've got a video coming up tomorrow, and I absolutely blam that thing around for a little 125. Jesus, that does 70 mile an hour. I've never
Yeah.
known a 125 be
It'll do it everywhere.
What's in the back?
yeah,
Round
it
the
just
corners.
hammers around, yeah, and
Yep.
it corners
Yep.
like it's on rails for a 125.
Absolutely. It's
Jesus.
a good learner bike.
What's in the back?
Well,
Is that
Rev,
Thriller?
next time you need a bike to get wet, just call me. I'll come over and rub on it for you.
Did
Very
any
well
of
to
you-
do so.
Did any of you see the news about Italy
No.
recently? It was actually in Visordown. They've just passed an initial decree or an official law to make it illegal for anyone to take a bike into the forests.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Aye,
Okay.
basically what they're saying is with this law that unless it's an agricultural vehicle and getting used for agricultural purposes, it will not be allowed on the what you would class as the off-road lanes that bikers use. It's anything under, I think, wait a minute to look at. I think it's anything under 2.5 meters in width cannot be traversed by motor vehicles, including motorcycles, and this has been passed.
Oh.
Fine.
Wow.
That's a strange one, isn't
Stop all the kids going up with the woods on their trail bikes.
Just
Yeah,
paint it
probably,
green
yeah.
and put a John Deere sticker on it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
it?
Cover it in cow poo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. We'll speak to Andy. He can take his BMW up because that's classed as a tractor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right.
I got
Oh,
stuck
that-
behind that the other day. I really did. I'll put the video up later this week. The video's gonna be entitled "I Get Stuck Behind the Tractor." We was riding along. I was behind his GS, and yeah. I mean, I could have overtook him if I wanted to, but it was quite fun sitting there. So.
So, Rev, I know you were at the Motorcycle Live. So,
Yeah.
other than
look
like
at
the
this.
ZX15 and whatever, what bikes took your eye? And maybe not even for
That's
power
okay.
or anything, just like aesthetics,
Right.
the look
Right.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, there was because obviously I spoke to Kawasaki. I said, "Well, where's the ZX15? It's not on the show this year." The two that it was actually three that really caught my eye. First one was the BSA Gold Star because they've released a new version of the BSA Gold Star. Water cooled, fuel injected, all singing, all dancing, ABS, traction control on it, electric start. We looked at it, and I said to the guy, I said, "Yeah, it looks like the original Gold Star, but I don't like it." And he went, "Why is that?" It's just too bloody modern. And he went, "What do you mean?" I said, "I just don't like it." Reason being, obviously, my mum has three of the old original ones from 1965. All right. Then we went. Oh, they've all got the bloody hats on now.
It's
The other one,
Christmas.
I know. The other one I found was obviously the energy, not the Zeros, the electric bikes, the Zeros. I did like them, but obviously being an electric bike, but they're very, very good at what they do.
Yeah.
But the one that really caught my eye, and everybody said it was an ugly bike, was the new CCM, that carbon CCM that was the main bike on the show. And I spent half an hour looking at it, and the guy went, "You haven't taken your eyes off of that." And I went, "I just want to get up close and personal and see what it is." And he went, "What's the reason?" I said, "Because I'm just absolutely fascinated by the welding on it. Because obviously I used to be a coded welder. When you actually look at the welding on that bike, every single weld is exactly in line. It literally looks like that's been welded by a laser." Or done by a computer. And I said to him, "How does it go?" And he said, "That's actually each bike is hand welded."
I'm sorry, Ray. This is
God,
getting a
Jesus
bit out
Christ.
of hand in this room at the moment. We've
It's my
got
new COVID mask.
COVID.
It's all gone a bit silly, isn't it?
It's all-
Hey, look at that!
Now that looks like an airsoft mask.
Sarah, that it is an airsoft mask.
Look at
Yeah.
Sarah, awesome.
Sarah, where'd you get them from?
And
I want them.
No
I
comment
know
there.
they're awesome. They were walking around with them in the parks, didn't we? And so
Quick one from Crumbly. He said, "Did you see the electric bike on the BMW stand?" Yeah, I almost got thrown off the BMW stand because the girl went, "What do you think of our new BMW electric scooter?" I said, "It looks like someone's taken an oversized Duracell battery and strapped two wheels and a handlebar to it." Did not like that at all. So
I'll be honest with you. I actually think in maybe in a couple of years I might try an electric bike for a while. I think I will. If they just think, if they can just maybe like help with improve the battery and improve the range, I'd be quite interested.
Yeah.
So
I think range is a big thing. I mean, you know yourself, Gareth, like the roads that we are going to be going on.
I know.
that was the one.
want-
BMW MO4. That was the one.
You want 250, 300 miles minimum.
Easily,
range.
yeah.
And you don't want to compromise in any. You don't want to have to sort of baby the performance or anything like that. You want to ride the bike how you want to ride the bike, and it still needs to do
one of the things.
numbers.
See, when the first live wire came out, one of the problems was that the only way you could charge the damn thing was to charge it at Harley.
Wow.
Right, and the issue was that I'm 37 miles away from the nearest Harley Davidson dealership.
Yeah.
Right. That's a 37-mile ride there and a 37-mile ride back. That means I've got 20 miles to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
That's the big
That's
problem,
great.
isn't it?
yeah.
I'll just bring this one up. See what you think of this. So this is the new BMW electric bike, and it literally looks like someone's taken a Duracell battery and put the handlebar and two wheels on it.
That looks like a
Wow.
Sinclair
That'll keep your
C5.
mangina nice and cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. You know, it's do you remember the old Sinclair C5s when
Yep.
they
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
yeah, and you know, it's great, but at least make it a bit aesthetic to the eye. If you're going to
Yeah.
do a bike, at least make it look like it's going to be a good one.
I thought my ex-wife was ugly.
Quick one from said.
That's
Yeah,
all right. We all did.
Yeah.
we all know that Santa is a pimp. Actually, ho ho ho.
I think the electric bike is kind of sexist because if it don't take 4D batteries, the women will not want to ride it. All right.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
Oh, I got breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. So, according to the United States, I am officially a nomad by tax purposes now.
Excellent.
Oh.
Mm.
We call that
All right.
pikey over here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another strike. You said Pikey.
Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You're
no,
a nomad.
yeah. But I got to look into loopholes for tax purposes and stuff. And
Yeah. Right. Okay.
you go be a nomad, and you don't have all the income tax, all the personal property taxes, all this type of taxes, and you only have to be in the state one night every 5 years.
Yeah. So, do you actually have a house still in the States that you pay a mortgage on? No.
I haven't paid a mortgage in like 10 years. My shit's paid for, Bubby.
No. Okay. I'm just checking.
Thanks to Uncle Sam. That's what I did with my money.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
I'll tell you
But,
what's becoming a big business over here. It started in the States, but this is something I want to do myself, and I want to convert a van to a camper home, a motor home.
Yeah.
And when I do that, I want to sort of have enough room in the back for the garage for the motorbike, or maybe if not, get a trailer on the back. But
well,
that's my plan.
That's what we're going to do this year. We're getting a fifth wheel,
Hey,
and that's
young
going
Pikey's at it again.
to be our
What the hell?
home.
Have any of you ever saw the
Cheers,
bike
Viking. Have a good Christmas. Stay safe, mate. Hopefully, catch you on the Christmas Eve stream if you're about.
Does that guy want to pay for my bike while he's donating all his money?
Actually,
He's
I think
almost
got
there.
us
He's almost
confused
there.
with
Give it
OnlyFans.
another bit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Rev, has he got you confused for an OnlyFans account?
Come see me with my shirt off. Yeah.
No.
It's all that talk about super
We'll get back
sword.
onto shirt lifting again, are we?
No, we did.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Da, 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 da.
What's up?
We
We were
were,
West Virginia.
I'll dig the photos out. Hang on.
We ride West Virginia. Hello.
Yeah.
We ride West Virginia.
Yes, we ride West Virginia. That's one of my fellow hillbillies from West Virginia. That's a content creator.
Oh, howdy.
I think he's commented on a couple of the videos during the week. I think on YouTube. I think for myself.
Yeah, he's part.
Sure.
He's part of the small channel mafia stuff that started.
Right. Okay. Right. Cool.
Yep.
So have things? Have you started using the hashtag more this week? Has it picked up or?
One step at a time. We're still trying to figure out how to work everything else.
I've been hashtagging everything. With
I mean,
SCM,
everybody's been using the hashtag SCM.
Yeah.
But I haven't went back to the little program you're talking about is to register the hashtag.
Oh, I need to do everything around here.
Yeah. Go do it now, Gareth.
I mean, not all of us can be a smart Scot. So.
Ooh, well, that's true. Some of the greatest minds have came out of Scotland. Remember that.
I'll be first to admit, my weaknesses.
How many inventions is it we've got credit for? 200.
Oh, we've got the television.
Whatever of the main. Yep.
You've got the telephone,
The wife beater.
the steam engine,
Telephone.
television. We invented the steam engine. The art of
Car
communication,
McAdam.
obviously. Oh, there you go.
The
Yep,
roads
Car
that you
McAdam.
ride on.
That's it. That's it. And the
Scottish
invention
invented-
of community.
The Scottish invented copper wire.
Yeah.
Two of you fighting over a
we
penny.
did.
What about golf?
Goof.
Golf.
Goof.
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 GOWF. Goof.
Goof.
Thank you very much.
Goof.
We're so bored we're gonna hit this little rock around the yard.
Take care, Exeter.
Exactly. Goof. What else did we invent?
Potato whiskey? I don't know.
Well, you didn't
Potatoes.
invent underwear, did you?
Oh, we did invent whiskey.
Anyway, the import, everything's better in Scotland. I agree with that.
Has anybody heard of an app called Reface?
Yes,
Reface, yeah.
I've used it on my.
That's
TikTok,
where I
yeah.
get my. See on my Instagram. That's where I get the Braveheart. Braveheart one on that Reface.
One of my neighbours has Reface. He sent me a photo the other night, and he went, "I didn't know you used to be a stripper." And I went,
"Yeah,
go on." He said, "I said, how the hell did you do that?" And he said, "I've done it with Reface."
Yeah.
What is that?
That right there is
strike.
I knew this was an OnlyFans account.
Yeah, that's his OnlyFans profile pic.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely is.
It's like me with a six pack.
Catfish.
The only six pack you'll see with me, it's got Budweiser written on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had the best draft Bud Light yesterday. I swear to God, it was so cold. It was awesome. I know Bud Light's Bud Light, okay, but it was really, really good.
Because you're in America, we drink
America.
Budweiser.
It's funny when I'm in America, I drink
I've actually got check Budweiser downstairs just now.
Oh, right, yeah, right.
That's Budweiser, isn't it? Zed?
What's that?
That's Budweiser, isn't it?
Budweiser,
something like that.
Yeah, that's where you drink your Budweiser sat on a pole.
But do you know what? Only last night, right? I got a draft. I got a pint of this draft Bud Light, and it cost me in UK pounds 11 quid. 11 quid.
Wow.
For 1 pint.
1 pint. And that's what it's going at now. In here
I
in
hope
Orlando.
you drunk it really slowly.
Oh my God.
I drank it really slowly. That it materialised into 3. I don't know how it happened.
Don't go to Norway. Norway is £25 a pint.
Oh,
bloody hell.
That's why they're so miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true, mate. Yeah.
Be rich to the alcoholic.
It's,
Ray,
I mean,
have you
I
ever
find
seen
that
the-
amazing. You go into a bar here, you're paying about $11 $12 or something like that for a pint. You walk into Walmart and you can buy 24 cans for the same price.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
It's not much different to being in the UK, is it? You walk into a pub here, it costs you £5-6 quid for a pint, and you go down to Tesco's and you get 12 cans for the same money.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they wonder why pubs are all closing down. That's the thing.
Yeah,
You see.
I've no idea why it is. I can't work it out myself. But
yeah, it's. I say I know what they're. I mean, I can imagine as a business owner, you know, I mean, you've got overheads to pay for and all that. I get that, but if you start scaring away customers with the prices of your product, you're not going to recoup that, are you? So
yeah, but I mean, you are in like the biggest tourist trap in America at the minute, Orlando.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean,
so it does cost you a bit more there. You know.
Yeah, I will say though, you know, what I mean, it's like for the fun that I have here, you sit there and you try to not think about the costs of stuff when you're here. You don't. You just try to ignore it.
You're on holiday. You're not allowed to think about the cost. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like Sarah says to me, you know, you want to go to the Florida Mall, and I sit there and I go, my credit card has just went on fire, and it still is. You know, it's that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You only got one life, mate. You only got one life, buddy.
Although that's true, and I totally agree with that. You know,
Well,
and
I'll quote Hells: "Make memories, not dreams." There you go.
Oh,
So you
well,
want it,
that's
get
it.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You know what I mean? I enjoy, and I mean, I'm not going to go on about being here, but this is if you don't do it now, when will you do it? You know, that's the thing. So
That's exactly
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Especially, I don't know what's going on right home right now, but I'm trying to refuse to read the news about what's going on with the
Don't
old.
read it. Don't read it. Don't look.
Wait,
Enjoy your holiday.
no,
Don't look.
Yeah.
Don't worry
mate,
about
just
what Morris
just
is
enjoy
doing.
yourself.
Yeah.
Just
Mm.
enjoy
Don't
yourself.
worry about what
Right,
Morris
will
is
do.
doing and what elections he's
But,
lost just recently. So don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
I'm
enjoy what
really
you're doing.
I'm really concerned about when you come home about the anal probe and stuff like that you have to get due to the new COVID regulations. But and you enjoy your
What, the new
holiday, buddy.
Is that the new swab that I get in the airport?
that's
That
the new
internal
swab, yeah.
search you got to go through now is not going to be pretty. Put it that way.
I might be looking forward to that.
Well, tip your hat, bend over, and smile.
I'm just going to post this up. So Zed's just shared me a link in the private chat. That concept bike, wow,
Yeah, it's mint, isn't it?
it's different, isn't it? But they've got the ducting on
It's
that absolutely perfect. It's clever. Very
This is the
clever.
type of electric bike I want to ride, Gareth. This is off the back of what you're talking about
Right.
like wanting to own one. And
Right.
when Rev posts this up, this is one I've actually been watching this story, and it's Max Biaggi who was doing a land speed record on this. It's a Wattman, I think it's called.
All right.
Bike, and the design of it is just absolutely incredible. And one of the things that is amazing about it, Rev, can you post it on, like, share it on the live?
Yeah, of course I can. Give me a second.
So that big hole, is that for your luggage?
So as everyone can see it.
What's that?
It's
big hole.
amazing.
The big hole, is that
It's
for your
absolutely
luggage?
amazing.
Oh, right.
There we go. Pop that up there for you.
It's
Oh
just,
my God.
That's the type of electric bike I want to ride. That's
Really?
that's amazing,
okay.
because
What's
I
the
mean
big
that's where
hole
the
in the
heart of the
middle all
engine would be,
about?
but you don't need all of that because it's a land speed bike. Obviously, it's aerodynamics. It's basically to cut through the air as fast as possible. It's
You could
Max
put your
Oh
Biaggi
kids
my
in
that's
God!
on that
Imagine the
just now.
draft you're going to get around the back end on that.
School run would be fun.
I reckon that bike would
You a
ride
pedestrian, he's
poker
going to go
straight
straight through
just
the
with
middle, wouldn't he?
aerodynamics.
That's confusing me, that bike.
It is.
It is, because you expect you're like, there's a hole in the engine, but the engine's all low down.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not
it's
sure I
amazing.
like
Oh,
You
that'll
can
So-
look through
just
the
looking at the
actual-
seating position, that'll hurt my hips. Like,
Look at
I'm
that.
old, so, yeah.
Look at that.
Do you
Look
know
at
what that
the-
looks like? That looks like something
Yeah,
from
well,
Tron.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tron,
It is.
thank you.
It's very,
I
very
think-
Tron, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
that's maybe what attracted me to it in the first place. But that is just so left field. It just drags you in, and you look at
Yeah.
it and you go, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" And like you said, Gareth, as well, it looks so strange because where that hole in the middle is, you're like that. No, that's where my pistons and my crank and everything should be sitting. My valve should be sitting, and it doesn't look right.
Petrol tank, yeah.
But then you understand what it is. It's just a speed monster.
There's a film with Anthony Hopkins, The World's Fastest Indian.
Oh yeah,
Great
Yeah.
film.
I love that
Great
film.
film.
That's the seating position that he's in on that bike that he takes to sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, let's have a look
There
at
you
that.
got it.
Is that metal?
Mm.
The
Yeah,
metal tank.
that is I
bet that's worth
that was
a bit of
that
money.
was my mother-in-law that got me that. No,
Oh,
that
very
was my
nice.
mother-in-law that got me
I
that.
bet that's worth a
It's
bit
just
of
a
money. Keep
reproduction.
that safe.
Nah, it's a wee reproduction, but
You don't want to
no,
put that on the
that
wall.
is one of my favourite films. It's just
That's a
absolutely
great
fantastic.
film. It's a great film.
Well, the world's fastest Indian.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
good film.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Anthony Hopkins was the right one for that one. It was
Yeah.
Ah,
I
absolutely. But
I
see,
thought you were on about Sarah barreling her new bike down the road.
Oh, I know. I know.
And-
I thought I was looking on an email and already found her looking at stage 2 upgrades for it.
Good
I
girl.
said,
Good.
I
Yeah,
said to her, like, obviously she works. She said, if I do so many hours overtime, I can maybe pay for a stage 2 for the beginning of spring. And I just looked at her and I went, a stage 2 on a 116 already.
Yeah.
You know, so
But
yeah. You know, supposedly, you know,
what a starting platform for her to start on.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
go
no, mate, aye,
from
yeah. I'm looking forward to actually.
fantastic.
I'm actually looking forward to actually seeing it on the road. We've ridden the normal one,
Yeah.
like in the normal one. I mean, like the one with the mid controls and the kind of beach
Yeah.
bars, kind of drag bars on it. But this one with the bobber style wheel and the 8 hangers and the forward controls, it should be interesting. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think for me personally, if I was ever entering into the V-twin sort of category, and I will do at some point,
yeah,
it would be Indian. I would go with.
Yeah.
It's like everyone throws their hat into the ring, and that world's fastest Indian, that's that thing we did for me.
yeah,
I really did. I love the sort of whole concept of the sort of brand, as it were. But like you said with Sarah's bike and what you would have to spend if you were buying a similar bike brand new from Harley, what you would
Yeah.
have to spend to get it to that spec, that was very, very interesting for me to hear. You know,
Oh, mate,
obviously, because I know
it's
how
crazy.
much you love
Yeah.
your bikes. That was very
Yeah.
interesting for me to hear, and it's possibly something that maybe the Harley CEO should be listening to as well.
Well,
when it comes to them. On you
yeah,
go,
you're
buddy.
totally right. We went through to West Coast Harley, like after Sarah got the bike when I came back a couple of weeks ago, and like the guys were saying, so like to Sarah, like how you enjoying your Indian, getting an Indian bike, and they said yeah, and Sarah told them like she's not shy. She turned and said,
No.
I get a lot more for my money.
Aye.
Than that, you know, like she says, like I got my 8 hangers, I got my forward controls, etc., etc. And they said, well, good on you, because you can't all stick to the same brand. So they were actually supporting our choice, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Harley, we've got a good relationship with West Coast and Glasgow anyway, because they know that I'm still a big Harley, you know, like enthusiast. And but they were really behind Sarah when she chose the Indian, because they're taking on Triumph as well up here. And they know that you can't get everybody to ride a Harley, because they're putting them that expensive now. They're pricing people out the market. You know, a new Harley now is 26 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's just ridiculous.
That's just so far out of my price range. It's ridiculous. I'd have to sell one of my kids to Madonna for that.
Oh, what is it?
I'd sell 2 of mine for that. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like, so Sarah, like I have a street glide, right? And I was like, I don't want to get rid of it. I've had it for 7 years, and you go and look at a new one now. A new one's £26,500. I just went, oh no. Yeah. It's far too exactly. It's too much for a bike. It's far too much for a bike that sits for 6 months a year in Scotland, or 4 or 5 months depending on the weather. You know. I just said no. I says I'll just keep my street glide for as long as I can. You know, so and I think personally, I mean, if I ever get a new bike, I probably will go back down. Not go back down. I'll probably go for a different style. I'll probably go for more like a Dyna, like what Sarah's got, something a bit more nimble and a bit more like something I can trade my street glide in for and not have any extra expense, because 26,000.
Do you think?
Well, when you get rid of the V-Rod, let me know.
But do you think the naked, like the naked bikes from like the likes of Honda, Kawasaki, Ducati, and whatever, do you think they're eating into the sort of market that Harley maybe were floating around, like riders that were undecided in this style of bike that they maybe wanted, and the naked bike has become like a transition between the decision from going from a sports bike straight to a Harley. They're maybe taking up a naked for 4 or 5 years before they maybe say, you know what, naked's not for me. It is the cruiser style I want.
Yeah.
It's
my friend Ross, who's been on a couple of my YouTube videos, he's got the Kawasaki. Is it the 675 twin? Is it like I can't remember. I think it is. It's like
VN.
Yeah, and he's got that, and that's a twin, and he loves that bike because obviously it's still got kind of like sports bike handling, etc., etc. It's got the monoshock in the rear, and he said that as well. He said this is almost like his intermittent break-in to the V twin, like cruiser style bike. Whereas I never had that. I went from inline fours, like the R6 and all that kind of stuff. ZX had a ZX10 for a while, and then I went straight to the Harley. But yeah, when I had my decision already made up in my head, that's what I wanted to do. Whereas some people it's almost like they don't want to let go of that sports bike. You know that thing. It's the adrenaline kick that you get from a sports bike. I miss it. I do miss it. When I used to have my MT10, I used to pull wheelies in it by accident and then come in and shaking and go, "That was so much fun. Let's do that again."
I did that coming from where I stay in Linwood through to Largs. It was my mate's MT10. It was an MT10. It was at the SP, and he had it on like ridiculous mode. And there's a part where you've got about a mile straight, but it's just by where the new crematorium is. But it's all hills, but it's straight. So I saw the road was clear, and there was about 3 cars, and I overtook. And I get by the first car, and then I hit the first hill, and you know how light the front end of the Yamaha is. So when I went over the first hill, the bike just sat up just that wee bit, and the front wheels off the ground. Then I hit the next one, and it went up higher, and then I went over the next one that was up even higher, and they must have been like, "Oh God, he's so cool," and I'm like, "Oh, for Christ's sake!" I thought I was coming off the back.
There you go. There's a VN16.
Crazy.
So that's the VN. That's the one we've got up. So that's the VN 1600, but that's on an 06 plate, and that is absolutely mint condition. And that's only done 8.5. That's the one I keep riding every week. I keep taking it out to have a ride on it. And I said to Phil, if I hadn't have bought the GTR, that is such a comfortable bike to ride. It's gorgeous.
Is that belt drive as well?
It's a belt drive on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know actually. Let me have a.
And I can't remember. It looks just like a Fat Boy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a shaft drive on that. Yeah,
shaft.
Yeah, it's a big shaft drive on it.
That's what Kawasaki do. They copy some of the bigger Harleys, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah, so you've got shaft drive on the side of that one.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing bike. Absolutely lovely to ride.
No, that's nice. The ZRX 1200S that I had, I mean, that was like what I would class as like an upright, naked, but it was a muscle bike. So it was all low-end torque. It only had 5 gears. You could do a ZZR 1200 cam conversion on it, which would sort of change the top end, give you a higher top end, and change it from 5 to 6 speed. But that bike was such a joy to ride because it just gave every single corner gave you pleasure, for the simple fact that I had the power to get you out of any trouble that you would probably find yourself in a gnarly wee twisty Scottish road, be it overtaken. But
there we go.
You never felt.
That's a nice bike.
Yeah,
that's nice. I
don't like that. I'd rather have the VFR.
No, that's so there's.
It looks like a stormtrooper.
GTR 1400 unfriend.
It's up for sale if anybody wants to put a deposit on it.
No, the Triumph. You want the Triumph?
Oh, you're on about the street. So we've got a few. Let me just roll down the list. So we've got the VFR there. No. That's your one, Paul. That's the VFR 800.
That is nice.
Yeah, that's the Blackbird. I'm obviously just on the Hondas at the moment. If I go into all motorcycles on here, so starting from the top, CB. Hold on, let me go back to homepage. So this is obviously our garage page. So we'll start from the top. There we go. The Hondas. Why is it only giving me them motorcycles? Show all.
That's all you're selling now. You sold the rest.
Yeah, no, I haven't sold all of them. Let me just
Like
go. Let me go into there.
No,
So that's the
Gareth and Hells weren't in here earlier, but I popped into your garage and Paul was in there, and he was
Right.
looking at a toss up between two bikes, wasn't he? The VFR, the red one,
the
and the
red
Honda, the white one.
VFR. Yeah. So it was a
And I
choice
went Honda.
between. Yeah, that's the red one. That's the VFR, similar to Lockwood's.
Let's hold it up to public referendum. Out of the red bike, the red Honda VFR or the CBF 1000, the white one, what would everyone go for?
So that's that one, and then the white one. And that's the white one.
So the VFR obviously is more sporty, whereas the CBF has got more of a touring thing going on.
Touring, yeah.
So for me, if I was going to buy a sports bike, I'd probably go for the VFR. But if I was going to go for a bit more upright, but a bit of performance, I'd go for the CBF. It just depends on the situation. That's my answer.
Well, my reasoning on it was the VFR has got the VTEC V4 engine in it, which I absolutely hate. It's really boggy up to 3,500 RPM. I just didn't like it at all when I first rode it, and the CB has got the inline 4 engine, which is much smoother throughout the rev range. So my recommendation was the CB, and Paul on my recommendation said, "Yeah, I'll have that one." So if it all goes wrong, it's my fault.
That's all right. I'll just take your GTR 1400 for a little whizzy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rev's got one of them as well, so yeah, you can take that.
I've got one of those as well. So that's the Kawasaki's that we've got. So obviously we got the VN, got a nice ZX9, ZX6.
I've got the opportunity to buy a ZX9.
Isn't it?
A ZX9.
It's one of the boys in my bowling club. He's just bought a Harley.
There we go.
Because he couldn't ride the ZX9, and
that's
he's
the one.
Nice.
So I'm thinking of maybe buying it and turning it into a track bike.
Was it one of my friends had one of them? And he said his recommendation was that you always change the suspension on the ZX9.
Yeah.
There we go. So loads of people saying, yeah, that's probably the best one to go for. Stick with the white one, Paul. You good choice there anyway.
My mind was sort of made up anyway. It just threw me a bit of a curveball seeing the VFR there, and it's because it was so shiny and red, and it does look good. It's a lovely look.
It would look good. It would look really good with Z-head stickers on it. Really would.
The white one is a blank canvas for plenty of motovlog stickers. There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but the inline 4 engine is going to give you a much more even power throughout the rev range. Whereas the VFR is, as I say, because of the VTEC engine, it's very boggy under about 3,500 RPM.
Yeah. I believe it a lot.
As a newish rider, Paul, you would find the CB much more easier to ride.
Yeah, a lot of people have said it's a good sort of bike, forgiving for the less.
It's 1,000cc, isn't it? I mean, it's a big jump.
I would agree with that because 1,000cc is a lot of responsibility to have under your right hand.
Yeah, but the way I look at it though, Zed, is that I'm 53. I've been driving for like 30 odd years. I've not got any points on my license. I'm quite mature, and yes, it's a big bike for a first sort of big bike on my big license. But I say now, I think I've got the maturity and the wherewithal to sort of be okay with it. I don't. Yeah, okay.
Until you twist that throttle.
Yeah, well, if you
now you say that, Paul, but I've seen you fall off your 125 more than once.
That's true.
Paul, you sound like me before I bought the ZZR 1400, and you twist that throttle once.
Just hear the word maturity.
Yeah.
And this live stream, the word mature. Oh dear.
Yeah. That was a miswording, I think.
Sorry, Gareth. Yeah, I retract that statement.
Oh no, maturity in this room.
I mean, I've got the 1400 now, but I started off on Vespas many years ago, and the biggest bike I'd ever had was a 200cc P200 Vespa.
Right.
And the big motorbike I got was a 700cc. Now I only had it 6 months before I said I wanted more power. I always wanted the GTR 1400, but I went out and I bought the Versys 1000 first, and I rode that for 4 years.
I'm
And
taking a leaf out of Rev Bomb's book. Look at the
No.
first bike he had.
No, don't even go there. Don't
Yeah,
yeah,
even
but what did
go.
Red Bomb do for a living before
Yeah,
then? Now, come
exactly,
on,
exactly.
yeah.
My
So I
my
went up to 1000cc until
Yeah.
after I think it was about 3 years. That 1000cc, I was out riding it, and then I went to the GTR, and
All
I'm
right, there
never
you
going to
go.
outride the GTR. So.
That was my
Oh,
first.
look at that.
Is that a Putsch?
It's a Pooch Maxi. Yeah, that was
Oh,
my
God, I
very
remember
first
them.
road legal bike.
I remember them. They were
Yeah.
cool, actually.
They're worth a lot of money now.
Drew,
I actually,
Drew,
my
Yeah.
And when we
granddad.
used to ride it, we all used to point and laugh.
Yeah, everyone used to point and
Drew,
laugh.
what was your
They
what
wouldn't
was
point and
your
laugh now.
entry into bikes?
That's quite a cred machine to have now.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was. That's what I had at 16, and then obviously I went and purchased myself a ZX9. I had that for about 3 months, and then I walked into our local dealership and said, "It's not enough power for me." And he went, "What do you mean?" I went, "It's not fast enough." I ended up buying one of these. So my second bike at 17 was one of them, and that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Z1300 Kawasaki.
Nice.
Can you imagine having one of them now?
Oh God, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
My God.
How much it'd be worth?
Yeah, but it was. But the thing was, I never hooned around on it. I just rode it at 40, 50 mile an hour. It was just that thing at 17 was a pussy magnet.
I bet it
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt? Hello, anonymous spiker, and go Eagles. Sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
Go
Beanie.
Eagles. Ooh.
You Tom Brady fan club, go away.
Yes.
You know he's only gone down there retired, didn't you?
Doesn't matter, so am I. Anyway,
Phaser 600 was a great bike.
Yeah,
Phaser.
it's a
Yeah,
great bike.
I was going
Can
to.
somebody please tell Drew that his microphone's not on?
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
it
You
is.
Oh,
just
it wasn't.
turn up your hearing
I
aids.
was.
Turn up my hearing
I
aid.
He needs his
Drew,
trumpet
I was
again.
going-
That's what he needs, his ear trumpet
I was
again.
going to ask. I was going to ask you, Drew, what was your sort of entry into biking? How did your journey start to where you are now?
On the dirt, and it was what do you guys say? A YZ80 or YZ80 in the States?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I just kind of moved up from there, and when I was 16, I got on asphalt with a Gixxer 600,
Right.
Nice.
and just kind of worked my way up. And now I'm on a
Tractor.
the reason I was gone is because Moonshine called me because we're trying to finish this project.
All right.
And yeah, just wait until Wednesday when I get the Moonshine.
Oh, go for it, brother.
Oh baby, just wait.
Have one for me.
Oh no. It's gonna be just a little clue with. We did some performance stuff, and it's gonna be the first D&D exhaust you'll ever see like this.
Oh
Nice.
dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are building some badass stuff.
Yeah.
They just built a 135 that's breaking 170 horsepower. So on pump gas.
Interesting.
On pump gas.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. So didn't start riding until he was 35. I was 53, but I used to be a little bit dodgy when I was a teenager. We won't say any more about that. So how old was everybody when they first got on two wheels?
8.
13.
5.
That's a good question. It was
I don't have enough fingers.
2009 for me. 2009. I was always sort of in and around bikes with my mates. I was more the fixer of bikes after they crashed them rather than me riding. Just down to the fact that I was an engineer. So they would come to me when they blew things up or either scraped them along the ground after hitting sheep or whatever. But I went down the road of having my career and then wife, married, kids before I decided that no, I want my license, and that's what I did. 2009, passed my test. Never looked back. It's great.
My only regret is not doing it early enough, because I had the opportunity, obviously 20s and 30s, but for one reason or another, you just got caught into having to have a car. You take your girlfriend out, and I went out with girls that just didn't want to get on the back of a bike.
Yep.
So it was cars for me, unfortunately. Oh, look at that. What a picture.
Wow.
That was my very first.
Now, you're here now, Paul, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was my very first bike that my dad got me. Believe it or not, that was me at the age of 12. So my dad had the same bike, and what he used to do, we used to go down the local road, and I'd get on the front. What he would do, he would sit on the back. My dad was 6'5". So what he used to do, roll along at 10 mile an hour, and then he used to put his feet down, stand up at the back, and off I went on my own. The only thing was I couldn't stop because I couldn't reach the pedals. So I got on that one. I've actually got my feet sitting on the engine casing. He went and crashed the bike, and I rebuilt it, and I made a motocrosser. So that was my very first bike, and that was me at 12 years old riding that bike.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah. But
Quick shout out to
obviously,
side chat. Quick
Go
shout out to side chat. Cliff Burnett.
Cliff,
His
hi,
actual name
Cliff.
is Shadow.
Hello, Shadow.
Nice to see you, Shadow, mate.
Grumbly Mel started at 15. Boo Rider, God blimey, started at 59. But you
Well,
know,
there
it
you
just shows what any age you can just get in here and just jump onto the
Yeah,
wheel.
that's
So
right. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter at all.
Everyone's
You
journey is different, and that's what I like. That's what I like
Mm.
about bikers.
know.
The choice of bikes is different. Age that they start's different. There's everyone's got a story to tell, and that's the amazing thing about it.
Well, my
Exactly.
friend Rob, who's doing my instructor's thing before I do my DAS, he had someone come in at the age of 83.
Wow.
Oh, blimey.
And he passed. And he passed.
And the thing is like the biker community is like one of the most non-judgmental communities. We
Exactly.
don't care. It's
Yeah.
just talking motorcycles, giving stories. We don't care where you're from or what you ride. Just, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's like these
that's
live
true.
streams. We come in here. It's meant to be all
100%.
about bikes. And how sideways did the chat go tonight talking about comedy? So,
well, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. Yeah, that's right.
That's what happens when you do equal opportunity and let people like me on. So,
Oh,
no, I tell you,
he
the
wants
one
some
bike that
sympathy.
I've been
He
trying
wants
to
some
find,
sympathy.
go on,
yeah.
and I found it. I have finally found it. I've been trying to search for this damn picture of this bike for weeks, and I finally found it. Gareth will know what I'm on about. Is that?
Oh dear.
Night
I've seen
Rider.
that before.
That is just the one bike that just floats my boat. The Night Rod with that big fat back tire on it.
Look
Yeah,
at that big rear end. You got to love a big rear end. don't
Yeah,
you?
what you
Oh,
trying?
God.
What you trying to tell us, Rev? We like that big rear
He
end.
likes the big rear end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
So
booty
you're
bitches.
relying on the speed cameras actually looking down at you with that number plate facing
He
up.
likes big butts and he cannot lie.
Yeah, well, obviously,
No, just wait. I got it. Just wait.
How wide was that
Just
tire?
wait.
That was wider than my car tire, for Christ's sake.
Well, the Night Rod I have has a 300 on the rear.
It's like, it looks like a car
Oh.
pilot. So.
300.
Right, that what you're looking at there is a 330.
Shit.
Right. So, and I'll just to let you know, right, to go from a 300 to a 330 is $2,500.
Oh Jesus!
What, for one tire?
No, the kit. So, when you go from
Is
like
that a
the
swing
original
arm
two,
chain?
when you go from a 240 rear to a 300, it's a new swing arm, and as you can imagine, a new wheel, a new tire, and all the extension because it brings out the
Spacers,
primary,
etc.,
right? But when you go to a 330 or even going to a 360, they're about £2,500 because of the price of the wheel and the price of the swing arm to take that actual upgrade.
Bloody hell.
And that's because when I was looking at it a few years ago, I actually almost spat my iced coffee all over the camera. How much?
Oh yeah.
Some people pay that for a bike.
Goodness gracious, at that thickness right there. Goodness. That's them booty meats right there, y'all. That's that filet mignon of booty meats. That's grade 8 beef right there is what that is. Give me 2 pieces of bread and make me a booty meat sandwich.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in.
With the itty bitty waist and the round thing in my face, I get swirled.
Strike.
Sarah's dancing.
Strike 5.
6.
Yeah, Crumbly Mouth. What's it like on corners? I bet fine on the straight line. You can corner that one for
round.
Oh, you see how curvy that tire is. That will corner.
That will corner.
This is one subject I can and give you input on. It handles great.
Really?
You can see this. Yep. One of the tricks is with the big rear wheel on the night rod, with it being forward controls, is rocket round the corners. You see this, right? You just go, here it comes, ready, and another left turn.
I wouldn't be brave enough for that.
It might take you 3 or 4 attempts, but you'll get round there.
Yeah, you get around it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie that when I came to a mini roundabout here in Falkirk, or not here in Falkirk, when I'm at home in Falkirk, it took me 3 attempts to get round the roundabout because I had to do a 3-point turn, but I didn't get round the roundabout. So I'm not going to lie, it did like I got round it, I had to stop, then I had to wheel it back, and then I had to stop, and then I had to wheel it back a bit more, and then stop, then carry on. But I got round the roundabout.
That's why we don't do roundabouts here. We just.
You lie. There's roundabouts here in Florida.
There is.
I've been drunk riding like that as well.
No. You're missing it. In the States, there's roundabouts, but you can still go straight. But you don't have to go around. Trust
you can go straight across our roundabouts. You just end up ruining your vehicle.
Or parking it in a tree, yeah.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Or in a field, as the guy did coming back from
or
Pumble.
hit the roundabout, flip your vehicle, unless your name's Katie Price.
Yeah.
Suspended sentence.
I was out.
How did she
out in the summer.
She flashed the judge. There when she went like that, didn't she?
Yeah.
I've got the turning circle with a Peterbilt woman truck because I've got 26. I've got 20 exactly America.
Roco.
I love how we went from Katie Price to Peterbilt truck.
I was
big front end.
It's the front end.
Katie did go out with a Peter, didn't she?
When I was out in the summer, I came across a guy and he had a Harley engine. I can't remember what engine it was, but this was a hand built frame. Every join was brazed. The whole frame was brazed. The rear wheel was the same size as the front wheel. It was like a wide back tire and a wide front tire. It had a whole front end conversion on it. This thing was absolutely beautiful. He had the heat wrap on all the exhausts, and it was like a hardtail. No spring on the back end. This bike was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You can tell that he'd spent time, money, but more than that, he put his soul into this bike. It was stunning.
I've just sent through the private link, Revbomb. I've just sent a link there to Alan Milliard's Viper V10.
Yes.
You want to see a bike that's a one-off. You'll never see another one of these again. And I've actually asked Alan Milliard if I can come and have a look at it. And he's
there we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This thing will do 200 miles an hour.
Is that the
Wow.
Dodge Viper
Oh,
engine
wow.
that's in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
a bike strapped
Yeah.
to an engine.
Mm.
And this thing
Wow.
is amazing.
But they did one. Oh God, what was it? Dodge did one. I can't remember what Dodge called it, but Dodge did their own version of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But this bike is just amazing. This Alan Milliard, I mean, he's on a TV show over here with a guy called Henry Cole, and they do this show where they're fixing up bikes, and they feature this Alan Milliard, who's a genius engineer. He does everything by hand and eye. He is well, a genius, for want of finding a better word.
Yeah.
And what he can't do with a motorcycle isn't worth knowing about. It's amazing. So I'm going to go along in the summer to have a look at this bike of his. Maybe I might get a sit on it. You never know.
Mm.
But,
No. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
And,
it'd be good
and
to
to
see if
have
you
that
do.
size of engine with a single-sided swing on, that's brave.
Yeah, yeah.
It certainly is.
absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that's the Dodge version, and that's called the Tomahawk, but that's got like 4 tires to it, so you've got the
Yeah,
split
that's
ribs.
like
so-
a bat. That's like a bat bike.
Batman.
Yeah.
No, Batman.
But there is one that is more powerful than that anyway. And I've been following this bike brand for absolutely ages. The LMV 496. They started it off as a bike, and now they're looking at obviously bringing it up to the next stage. What they've actually done, where the wheel hubs are, they've just decided to put electric motors into the wheel hubs with blades. So
Oh,
this
dear.
is the Lazarus. So that's the 496.
Oh my god.
But that has got the Maserati engine in it. So it's got a V12 Maserati in it, but the other version is this. So it actually flies. So
Oh,
the
for
wheels
goodness sake.
Yeah, I've seen
invert,
that.
goes sideways, and then it hovers.
Oh, that bother
Oh
them.
my god.
Sign me
Yeah.
up.
But that is like full on nuts bike. So you get stuck. You can't filter on it. You just invert your wheels and fly over the traffic.
It would certainly
Sold.
make for some
Hey,
interesting
Siri.
content.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. That, mate. Aye, that'd be interesting. You know what I mean?
Who would need a drone? Just
You
fly
wouldn't,
your
you
bike.
wouldn't want, you wouldn't want the
Put your bike
electric
up, yeah.
version. You wouldn't want the electric version of that because after about 10 minutes, you just plummet out of the sky.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that bush.
You get
I
a
get-
warning come up on the dash, land now
Yeah.
or you will die.
Yeah.
I get enough trouble being on the ground, let alone trying to go in the air. So,
Oh, wait, here it comes.
oh,
Beautiful.
Well, yes, that's the Lazarus 496, but they've been working on it for about the last 4 years, but they're getting there slowly, but they've still got to put it in production. It's still not road legal at the moment.
So,
That's right. It took 20
We've
years
all-
to come up with a live wire.
well,
That's
we've
true.
all watched everything that you've seen in the movies will come to fruition,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically, what
eventually.
you're seeing there is what happened in Back to the Future Part 2,
Yeah.
right? Because they've already trying to work on the hoverboard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's the hover bike.
Hmm.
And
Right?
not only that,
you look
not only
at
that, Gareth,
you look,
they're bringing out the DeLorean, the new version again.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
but you're looking-
Exactly. So
but you're looking at all the people that are coming out on the internet just now talking about the alien spacecrafts that they have or have not, that have a different type of propulsion system, and they're
Yeah.
trying to reverse engineer that because they reckon if they were able to reverse engineer it, it would revolutionize transport as we know it.
yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
The thing
Just
is, you know, I mean, there's so many fuel sources out there that we haven't harnessed yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's like hydropower, wind power that we are using it, but there's so much more that we can use. It's just the money and the technology at the moment is so restricted.
So
Now
that
we're
is
talking.
got to be probably one of the best cars ever made. Absolutely love these. Do you remember them, the Bond Bug?
I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're actually look at bringing it out now with an electric motor at the front because there
Right.
is room to put the battery storage at the back.
Very cool.
Mike Brewer did that, didn't he? And
Yeah.
what was the name of the program? The
Wheeler
British program
Dealers?
about
T-shirt then.
Wheeler Dealers. They got a Bond
Yeah.
car and they did that. Because
Yeah.
remember,
Mm.
thing we smashed the screen on it or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
What in
But
the hell?
that's a mad
He's
bit
on
of
this
kit. So.
before.
My favourite bike, and it's down to engineering and engineering alone, was the Britain.
Mm.
The simple fact was that this guy designed this in his shed, and he actually brazed wires together to actually design the fairing and so on and so forth. He then moulded the fairings. Carbon fibre made the carbon fibre fairings in his shed, then took it to Daytona and was challenging Honda, Ducati, and the likes at Daytona on this bike. It was unheard of. I mean, like the front end of the Britain alone was revolutionary. Nobody had ever seen it. The front end had a swing arm on it that steered. It was. I mean, I don't know, Drew. Have you ever seen that Britain?
No.
There you go.
No. Have you got one?
Oh, I've
one
seen.
there? That's
Oh,
it
yeah.
there.
I didn't know that's what it was called. I've seen that bike before.
That's like one of the first
Yeah,
cafe racer.
that was revolutionary. And the guy who designed it, he designed his own house, and he was like he was a genius. He was beyond his years in what he could do. He
So what
hand
year?
built that.
What year did that come out?
I think
let's have a.
was it 90s? Was it 90s?
That was early 90s, yeah.
Aye.
But it was a V1000 engine, most incredible built, not bought bike ever. But the front, you look at the front suspension on that. You can actually see where it's not got the standard fork setup on it. It's all steered off the front of the bike. The guy's a genius.
Hang on a
He
minute.
was
Look where the
absolutely.
spring is. Look where the spring is on the front of the.
Let's see if we can get into it. There we go. Let's just flick through. So yeah, look at where the spring is. It's right at the front of the engine where the rad would go.
Yeah, and like that's all ceramic coated exhausts and like everything that he did. And see, when he went to Daytona, he was outlapping the Ducatis and outlapping the Hondas. And what happened was the cylinder head cracked. And what they did was they ripped the engine apart because they only had one engine when they brought it over, and they went to a technology university in America. I don't even know where it was. And through the night, they welded the engine block back up again and machined it, rebuilt the engine, and had it running again the next day. See if you go onto YouTube and actually look at the documentaries of that bike, it would absolutely amaze you, because some of the technology just now hasn't even been replicated. They haven't even replicated what he's done. It's phenomenal.
Wow.
Guy was a genius,
Yeah, absolutely.
So many unsung heroes, isn't there?
Yeah, there is as well. You think of obviously people that little designers that come along and they say to someone, oh, I've got this, and they'll go to one of the big bike manufacturers and go, oh, I've come up with this idea. Oh, how much do you want for the idea? And then next thing you know, Kawasaki or Honda, Yamaha have all got this new idea out, and then you find it's made by a little guy in a shed in England.
But that's what I'm saying. That means that they've sold the rights, though. I mean, they've actually bought the patent off the designer. So I would assume that it'll be like what was it they call it? Keep your mouth shut clause.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They're basically getting paid royalties for every unit that gets used or sold on or whatever.
That's right. So, as an example, when we went to Valencia a few years ago to watch the MotoGP, and I went into the Honda HRC paddock stand after the race, we all got kicked out because the Honda technician who works on the gearbox is the only man who knew the secrets of the Honda off that
Yeah.
bike. We all got told to leave while he was making these adjustments, and then once he'd made his adjustment, we were allowed back in.
Yeah, because there was something about that gearbox.
Yeah.
That there was something about it that they suspected that they may have had half gears.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You know, it's like there was an intermediate gear between gears and stuff like that. There was something about that gearbox that
Right.
the other companies were trying to take them to court for them to open it, and
Right.
and they basically, using the legislation, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Because there was something totally secretive. We all literally got walked outside the paddock. They slammed the door shut. They did whatever they did with the gearbox and opened it back up. And it says, "Yeah, you can come back in now. You can get your signature from Danny Pedrosa and all that kind of thing." You know. I mean, all right. What's going on here? Then?
We got to say goodbye to Hells now, haven't we?
I got to jump. Appreciate everybody.
Right. See you again on the next one, buddy. And don't forget.
Always a pleasure, Drew.
Roll back into the side chat. I'm going to put a link up as again for your thing that you're doing this weekend for the Christmassy thing. So we'll get that up for you again. Yeah, and I'll put. If you haven't seen yet, we're obviously going to do all the Christmas Happy Christmas menu. So I'll try and drop you a link for my Dropbox. I'm trying to hook up so you can send the link straight to my Dropbox, and I can edit all the videos straight out of that, and then just put it all up and everything.
Drew, can I just say all the best for your travels, brother? You and Crystal, I hope you have a great journey.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Keep an eye on Instagram. I'm going to have some surprises show up probably mid of next week, and just go ahead. I'm going to take a break. You know, I'm going to take a few weeks off and
enjoy life. Yeah.
Take care, Hells. All the best, mate.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
Thank you for everything. Yeah.
Hopefully you jump back on Monday because everybody loved it. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll try and jump in. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. You guys have a good evening.
And you, buddy.
Cool.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Take it easy.
Peace out.
All right.
Rub side down, Hells. Rub side down.
Yeah, as
guys,
I said,
I'm going to do the same because I am going out for dinner this evening. So
get
it's 6:40.
Make sure you dress up. No Christmas lights, though.
No, I've got my baubles already.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, we're gonna start winding up here
We
anyway.
don't want to know about your baubles. All right, Bernie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've been on nearly 4 hours anyway, so we're gonna start. I've got to get back to the garage for 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning because Phil and the boys are off to go and buy a drift car.
Oh, very
nice.
Yeah, so his lads found a BMW drift car that he wants to go and buy, and obviously they've got to go all the way up to Norfolk to go pick it up. So means that I've got to open the garage up in the morning and put 42 bikes out. That's going to be fun. Yeah, which is going to take me all of about 45 minutes and get Paul's one off the ramp as well.
You wouldn't have to put them out every day, would you?
I know, that's right.
That's very true. Yeah.
You need a hand.
Get some sold signs on them.
Exactly. Well, they're selling slowly, so I've sold another one today. So that's Paul's one. So only another 41 to go.
Another 41 to go.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, think of my fuel bill, starting them up every bloody morning and then starting them up to bring them back in. We're going through I'd say about 100 litres of fuel a month at the moment.
Wow.
And that's just running them up 15 minutes in the morning and then 15 minutes at night to bring them back into the workshop. And then why don't you just drive them in and turn them off because you choke up the bloody plugs?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. As we found out with Paul's, because obviously Paul's got choked up. 4 new Iridium plugs in it, so that's had a full service now.
20,000 miles, Paul. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, good for another 20,000 on yours, Paul.
That's all right. You'll be doing all the servicing on it and everything as well, mate. So
exactly. Yeah. Well, you'll need it when you do the Scotland tour, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
2,000 miles. Make sure you got fresh rubber and decent plugs. Yeah.
Exactly.
And oil.
Once you open it up on the road,
it's got a new back tyre on it as well. It's got a new Pirelli on the back of that.
I love
Right, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks, Gareth. Have a
All
great
right.
weekend.
Gareth,
Enjoy
all right,
Yeah.
buddy.
Disneyland. Say hi to Sarah anyway. Have a
I
great
will do.
weekend.
All right, take it easy.
All
Keep
right.
it
Cheers,
upside
have a
down,
great
buddy.
time, buddy.
Bye, bye.
All right. Final outros then, Simon, if you want to introduce your channel, and then we shall say our final goodbyes.
Well, Simon GTR 40 blogger, and come on live shows and talk shit.
Zed.
That's about it.
Zed Head Motovlogs. I ride a ZZR 1400 from Scotland. If you want to check out the channel, check out some of the rides that we go on. Even better, why don't you come up and ride with me?
We
We're on our way.
We
We're
are.
on our way.
We are. Paul, finish the show off tonight.
Mad Old Biker from 125 to 1000cc by January the 14th, living in St. Neots, Cambs, and watch me fall off my 1000cc bike in January.
We shall do that.
Make me
Try
belly
not-
laugh.
Yeah, go and check out Mad Old Biker riding his Sinis and his
That
acrobatics.
last video you did, where you proper made me belly laugh. That was funny.
That was
Paul.
good. Yeah, yeah.
That was
I'm a
good.
bell
That
end,
was
I
good.
know.
Brilliant, man.
But cheers, guys. Thanks for coming on tonight. Much appreciated. Obviously, I'll drop, keep an eye on the Facebook or whatever. I will post it up to everybody. Send us your Christmas wishes and we'll edit it all up, bang it in a video and get all you guys advertised on YouTube over the Christmas period. But whatever you're doing this weekend, be well, ride safe. And as always from RB, take care, guys. Big goodbye from me. Take care.
Keep it right upside down, guys. Right upside down.
Rub side
Take it
down.
easy.